Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we are again with Project Eden's Garden. With the first chapter done, the trial concluded, and literally probably the two most impactful and probably important characters seemingly dying. It definitely changes up the routine of the ruts of the chapters going on. And even though it's going to be a while before the second chapter releases, for due good measure, honestly, of how well this chapter went out with everything, like trial music and even some of the mini games, which I didn't give enough credit before. I didn't talk about too much when we're going through it, but like a bullet hell game and a Danganronpa game literally is too perfect of an idea that I'm surprised that no one, not even canon games, actually had dabbled into it. Like, it's kind of almost amazing how well it fits into it, including the whole literally bullet reputation, literal translation of Danganronpa the game as well. It's really fun. Like, even if I got frustrated going through that segment a few times after a couple attempts, like, it was still fun. Like, that's probably the only time in the future that I'll leave the action difficulty for on hard, but as the logic goes into like same sort of weird use the evidence to prove this, even though it's not how you think it is. You know how the trial progresses, but you don't know how to prove it right there in the moment. Then I might have to lower the logic on that, but like, besides stuff like that, small stuff like that, then like, it was really fine. They just did to change the difficulty for the argument, altercation thing, and everything be as right as rain. And oh my gosh, actually, like, still, it's almost kind of phenomenal how this first chapter was. Especially just, like, I thought it was mostly just paralleling the second game's, like, whole murder case with probably the leader of the group being killed and Black Hat happening, but with Ava being the culprit with utilizing a vent and stuff like that, like, it definitely seems like there's also parallels with the first DR game and the third one. Like, it'd actually be interesting, almost barely so, just from how everything's playing out. That like, if the other cases are meant to be their own thing and not take too much inspiration, or if they do, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's like a small influence. Like literally, the first chapter's like getting all it out of the way of like they like of like showcasing like they really are taking good inspiration from the actual canon games, but then they're gonna do the entirely their own gosh dang thing, honestly. Especially with Diana like seemingly being the, I guess, the quote-unquote antagonist in terms of the story, not being hostile as a villain would, just antagonistic to I guess the main character. Which after everything that happened, honestly, and her saying to take up the mantle of Wolfgang himself after everything that happened, and Ava literally saying that literally what he was doing kind of caused her to snap. It kind of feels a bit tone deaf, not with just her words, but like right after someone died, which is also just a very hypocritical thing as well. Like, man, I could talk about it for a while, and there's probably some things I'll forget to bring up until maybe later. Like, hopefully when we go through like the rest of the free time events for the cast members here, I can bring it up and actually talk more about it, because even though there's some characters in this cast which I really do like, there's some others which I don't have too many thoughts on. I hope there are free time events, or most of thereof, that are available right now, as shown by a diagram on screen, how much there actually is to see for what's available right now. I'm assuming is going to be fully uploaded and updated when the second chapter comes, that hopefully it'll change my mind and get me to think about them in a different light, instead of, oh, they're just there, or just, oh, you kind of remind me of this person, oh, you're just this to me. Like, hopefully I can think of them more instead of just that, because most of the cast, like, I don't have too many thoughts. And thank you, Leaf. Thank you so much for coming in. But with that in hand, I feel like it's now appropriate to check out every single free-to event that's available now to offer. And why not be the most fitting free-to events to go through than Wolfgang's himself? I don't really like how he handled leadership and all that, because again, there's already so much hypocrisy going around, even on a smaller scale. Everyone doesn't think a murder's gonna happen, yet they buddied up into a roommate system. Yeah, definitely. Don't worry, guys, no murder's gonna happen, so let's partner up so murder doesn't happen. Yeah. Like, that was Desmond, honestly, but, like, honestly, just thinking about it more, he's definitely, like, more cautious, but he tries to go along with the group, playing along into it, and he just keeps getting a slightly put suspicion onto him no matter what he does anyway. Like, geez, actually. But more until we get to that. So, hi, Wolfgang. So, you're definitely not gonna die. So, I'm definitely not gonna talk to you, get it all out of the way. Huh, funny seeing you here, Damon. Is there something you'd like to tell me? You fucking hate his guts. This guy was already annoying me, but chat with him. Leave. I spend a little time with him. He might feel less inclined to make the others suspicious of me. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. There's nothing I want to talk about. I just felt like coming here. I just want to linger around in this room specifically, around you and no one else. Just looking at these high-quality drugs. Kai would be very upset.
Curious.
In that case, let's discuss Miss Madison. Oh yeah, your girlfriend. Actually, funnily enough, she doesn't have any free time events like available, honestly, which is, I can't tell if like literally you're just if we try talking to her that she literally just keeps saying, I'm not gonna talk to some soybean like you, honestly, or just like she like you can talk to her, but at least don't have any FTEs implemented for her just yet. I wonder which is which. I think it'd be funnier if she just says like, I don't want to talk to you, fuck. God. Why her? That's the one thing. I never exactly expected you to actually start dating her, to be honest. I mean, like, there was like some interest from her as well, but like, to me, it just felt like you were mostly exasperated by her sometimes, just chastising her somewhat. And the one thing I kind of realized in the moment is everyone was in a dining hall, and you saw her tear into Eloise, the fencer, from not going into blackmail and all that, which I guess if you really were serious about that blackmail thing, it would make sense, like, you just let it happen. At the same time, everyone was pretty on edge after Grace was literally screaming and yelling at her and literally just tore the blackmail from her. And then, even though she's your girlfriend, I'm assuming before they even like, after, like, you decided to swap rooms and all that, and you actually started talking more and more, then instead of actually de-escalating the situation, instead you just turned to Damon and Eva just to move all that suspicious edge from that over to them, which holy shit, didn't realize at the time, but like, that's just a douche thing to do, honestly. Oh my dear God. Don't even chastise your girlfriend for doing that, or literally raising your voice and literally just making everyone so goddamn tense from that fight, honestly. No, let's go with these two people, honestly. These two who just walked in to see it all. Only just walked in, nothing else. Nothing else. God damn it. Why her? I'd like to know your thoughts on her. She's loud. Also, she liked rabbits. If the headgear is anything else to go by. Alright. Wolfgang treated me to an in-depth discussion about the golfer woman. Okay, what about? Oh, he had a lot to say, that's for sure. Very, very romantically involved. Would you give Wolfgang a present? Yes. The funny thing is, though, hey, Wolfgang, you said you liked, going to that pachinko machine. Well, guess what? I did and got all the goddamn gifts, honestly. I literally was slaving away at that pachinko machine and got all of these, and I have so much money, honestly. I don't think the cash is gonna, the Mara bucks are gonna even fucking matter in the late game, honestly, the other chapters, but I still got all the gifts, and there's actually so many funny references in here. Some obviously of Danganronpa, but also of other games like, hey, look, it's Henry Stickmin, and I can't believe there's a Sully plush from Monsters Inc. in here. That's so funny. Wait, is this okay, I was wondering if it was a weird reference to regular show from the goddamn piano, like, Sent to the Moon episode, honestly. But which one of these do you think you would like? The suit? Yes, obviously the suit, but no one likes this. No one else likes it. Wow, only 3 people. Only people who like fancy stuff. Except for, well, Winona. Like, she would obviously not like this. But sure, have fun. You're the only people in this entire cast who would like this and enjoy this. Well, except for Diana. I completely glossed over her, but...
Very nice.
There you go. You don't have to worry about ironing your goddamn suit by yourself or just waiting for the game master to do it for you like we so see in the laundry. God damn it. Now this is something extraordinary. Thank you, Damon, for everything you do. Wolfgang loved your present. Wow, he must have thought we got that present somewhere and ironed it ourselves. No, we didn't. We didn't get anything at all.
Curious.
Damon, I have a question for you.
Hello?
What is it?
Let's see.
I'm curious to know how each ultimate earned their talents. Oh, was another thing. Ooh, I really want to know if, like, going through these FTEs, I actually learn more about Damon himself. Like, it's probably just because of how, like, he's only written as, only worry about a town and nothing else, and, he kind of actually deserves to be knocked off the pedestal every once in a while, actually several times. And actually, like, get that through, like, get a reality check from that, but, like, it's kind of weird and interesting that probably just because he doesn't want to upset the group too much, just from this chapter alone, like when he was like pretty well versed in his own thoughts in the prologue, but after his almost declaration of someone is definitely gonna kill, and also kind of some of your talents are kind of, you know, worthless and stupid. Like there's not much of me to actually hate on him in this chapter, and just because he's trying to, you know, just ice himself, or like make sure he doesn't like upset anyone that much, honestly, so he doesn't stand out as well, which partly also caused the murder to happen with the advert, and even though like he did briefly think about locking the pharmacy up, he did tell Wolfgang, and Wolfgang literally just brushed it past and just said, no, that's not gonna happen. Then by that point, no, that's not, yeah, it's a part and parcel thing, but I really want to know more about him in some capacity, just from seeing like one other person at TEs, like he apparently really just like studying and nothing else. Eh? Perhaps there's an underlying thread between all of us. Just really want to know more about
Seriously?
him. This is how you're spending your free time. Social butterfly aspect, that's Kai's animal motif. Sorry, Wolfgang. You sheep? Well, I don't have any better ideas. Do you? Well, we could play tic-tac-toe, you know. If you want to pass the time. About what I expected.
In any case.
So, what is the origin story of the Ultimate Debater? A lot of superhero and toxic waste. There was a debate club in my high school. I joined when I was a freshman, and the rest is history.
Interesting indeed.
Fascinating. Truly fascinating. Yes, the superhero origin story of the century. Yes indeed, Wolfgang. I couldn't imagine a more ordinary backstory for an ultimate. Is it making fun of me?
That's not it.
Don't underestimate the process. It wasn't easy. I didn't enter my first comp as a bona fide professional. There was a lot I had to learn.
Hold on.
I never said you didn't struggle. Most ultimates just have very unorthodox beginnings. Does that include you too? Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Then he was making fun of me. I've always been drawn to Law and Order, ever since I was a child. And it's also so a lot of discourse then in Discord too. Courtroom footage had fascinated me, a case I heard through word of mouth even more so. I felt like witnessing or listening to some grand story. Who gossips with a little kid about court cases? Very, very bored adults.
Very nice.
And in every trial, a few commended the courtroom like the barrister. Well, second only to the judge. Well, the prosecutor.
No matter.
Even then, the judge was merely a minor character, pitching in only when absolutely necessary. That minor character is also the one delivering the final verdict, though.
By the way...
Naturally, I dreamed of becoming a defense lawyer. But even at my young age, I knew the road ahead was no walk in the park. As is the case for all competitive fields of study.
You think?
You say that, but considering your age now, must not have been very rocky either. Yeah, I feel like there's a partially the case of him, what was it, just from the blackmail letter that he had with his dad, maybe been nepotism, maybe so, That's true, my time at school felt very short-lived, but with that being transferred to a higher year level and all. I didn't even hit puberty until my first year in law school, though I was a late bloomer. So he finally admitted it. He did start college as a teenager, which again, I'm more like, that's definitely a thing he was insecure about, or I'm just wondering why he just didn't like the fact that he went to college at a young age. Like, Madison kept bringing up, and like, he just did not want to talk about. But when it was finally fully revealed through the report cards, he was fine talking about it for some reason out of nowhere. It's strange. It wasn't a surprise. His report card basically confirmed it, but damn if it didn't piss me off. There's a whole thing with him. I have a sneaky suspicion, like, it's kind of almost obvious why I think Ava, like, hid her talent, her real talent for a bit, so, like, I'm not really surprised by that, just from everything else, and, like, what I kind of suspected back then, like, the whole bullying thing, honestly, that's what it sounds like to me, like, the whole, like, even from her first FTE, the whole mathlete, the whole thing, people literally just bullying her and just, like, not really giving her any due credit or diligence, honestly, so, why was that for you, like, the most hardest thing to talk about, or you just didn't know what to talk about at all? I can understand Ava not talking about it, I can understand her, but why you? Like, you hid that as well. Probably the only thing is that what was it? Everyone made a big deal about hers, but not yours.
Anyway.
Yeah. So how'd it go? Being the youngest student, I mean.
Let's see.
Not bad. Everyone treated me very nicely. Might have ruined some people's self-esteem, though. Well, yeah, that's all kind of, yeah, probably. No kidding. I mean, especially if you're younger and you definitely, show up and, I guess, grades are, like, in, what was it? Like, literally the youngest person there is probably smarter than you. There'd probably be some self-esteem issues, honestly, or just, like, jealousy or envy a lot. Did you make enemies? I've certainly been dealt a good hand in life, haven't I? Privilege. Early exposure, unparalleled academic prowess, and most importantly, a vested interest in the subject.
Interesting indeed.
It appears fate decided I would become the ultimate lawyer. So it felt like it was all handed to you then. Okay.
Really?
In comparison to Ava, who definitely worked into that, like, interest, but honestly, the title was forced onto her. The worst title of all, which technically made people hate her even more. Wow, almost the exact opposite of you. Man, I love when games do this whole, like, parallel thing with the characters. Oh, it's so great, including in the chapters and with the victims and murderers, honestly. Man, you don't really believe that, do you? Maybe, maybe not. Nah, tittle. A squiggly mark. My track record speaks for itself either way. That being, I think it said, like, in his giant, like, character bio that he never lost a case as a defense lawyer, I think.
Very well.
200 successful cases.
That's
200?
curious.
Before becoming a lawyer, I did spend 1 year as a legal assistant, and that's what gave me the edge. Or maybe I simply entered the field as a bona fide professional. I wonder which it is. He was obviously playing coy, but that's not what annoyed me the most. What really annoyed me was how impressed I felt. Well, he did say that in the trial, like, you felt him as a worthy opponent. And, like, yeah, this goes into your whole thing about someone having a worthy talent, so there is that too. So, it feels like the entire game is Damon just having giant cognitive dissonance from people he hates, but also, like, have, like, a kind of worthless talent. Doesn't matter, like, I would so like it if, like, what was it? He actually, like, I guess, gets closer, makes friends with another character who, by his own definition before, had a worthless talent, but then probably just becomes, like, the most, the next, I guess, most quote-unquote trustworthy person for him. I guess the next person to, quote-unquote lean on, I guess, in a sense. But I feel like, after the first trial, he's definitely gonna be a bit isolated, honestly, from everything. Of him, all the actions he did and stuff he thought were both true and right. And it kind of led to the murder happening. The one thing hypocritical, don't trust anyone, he trusts one person, that led to a murder. But then all the things both he tried and tried to do were basically just ignored, or he had the right idea but helped cause it, but he was ignored, or he didn't shout it out too loudly, honestly. It was like a both partially mistake. I'm not gonna say it's his fault for it. It's just a mistake, honestly, that led to him hold off certain things. And actually, it's kind of funny thinking about it. That in part just because of how hypocritical most of the cast is. Like even Damon, kind of don't like him in some aspects. I already basically made the whole prologue all about me bashing into him, honestly, and this whole chapter, him trying to, I guess, keeping the down lows made to get the ire out of the way, so I don't really think about it too much. technically almost one character in each of the like. There's at least something about each member of the cast which I find a bit annoying. Whether it's literally just what they did in the EVA, or honestly just by their own metric. Like some of them definitely are more innocent than others. Like yeah, definitely sure, but yeah, it was like a weird thing that by the end everyone just kept pummeling into Ava when they were kind of the cause of leading her down to that. Honestly, that's still how I think. Honestly, I don't really believe that Ava from the outset really wanted to kill someone to get out like that fast. Like all of her breakdown was literally all about literally just shouting at everyone else, saying it's all their fault, and almost a revenge ploy. I do not think it's a superiority or victim complex, like wholesale. I think it's a bit of that mixed in, but definitely just a lot of searing hatred from that and anything else. Like yeah, like I'm talking about her honestly more than Wolfgang himself, honestly. But man, I think we should hear if it's not talking, they don't talk more about the blackmail and the FTEs. Like I feel like it definitely has to come up later. Like it has to be. It has to be. Like his dad and mom. I heard theories about him. Like Wolfgang wants to I guess what was it, prove that his dad killed his mom, and that's what he was hallucinating when Diana walked in. Like he saw Diana's hair and just hallucinated her as his mom, and that's why he was literally talking those sort of soft and almost reverent tone, honestly, before when she took a step forward, I think, and ruined the moment, whether it broke the hallucination, the illusion, or literally it swapped over to his dad, which, to be honest, even though there's not too much leading to that's the best possible theory, honestly it's probably the most interesting thing of all, actually. And I kind of hope that's actually true, especially with the blackmail stuff being around his dad and nothing else, not even his mom in there. I really want to know more about that later. I really want to know more about that. Also, before I forget, the whole thing is kind of funny with Damon's blackmail as well, that no one decided to hand over his to him. Well, that's because of Wolfgang saying don't trust Damon and Ava, or literally Damon is technically wrong, honestly, what his blackmail is, and just saying oh, this is actually very dark, deep, and personal blackmail, even though no, I don't have anything to say. I don't have any dark secrets, honestly, nothing else. It's either just that person does not just want to talk and trust Damon at all, or literally the secret actually is a bit a lot much. They don't even want to deal with that when talking to him at all, which it could either be or, honestly, because I feel like yeah, it's kind of hard to think either way, because Damon does have a bit of a giant ego sometimes, so yeah. Yeah. What really annoyed me was how impressed I felt. I really talked along for a lot of that. God. My ultimate talent outshone most others. I knew that for sure. Bargain bin. But could it compare to his? FTE complete! Wee-hoo! The lawyer's better than me! Page 2 Wolfgang's report card has been updated. Wolfgang Akire. From a young age, Wolfgang dreamed of becoming a defense lawyer. He skipped most of school and began studying law when he was only a teenager. Again, either he was very highly academic and skipped a few grades because of that, or nepotism! It could be that. Mostly, I just keep harping on that because I feel like definitely his dad had played some important role, and gosh darn it, I want to be able to figure that goddamn out already. I really want to figure him out. Ah, I see you moved over into the pharmacy. Literally, again, of playing pachinko, honestly, you were a very big fan of, apparently, of Madison was doing, right? But I just realized I should probably get one more gift, honestly, out of all. Just one more gift. Yeah, pocket watch. Just need to get out of my system for, no particular reason. Just need one more. Just to max out my collection, nothing else. But I kind of actually find it funny, actually, before we go straight into it, that that teddy bear that was on his bed in his room. He definitely played pachinko, so Madison wasn't lying about that. She literally, either she played and got it, or like, he got it from there and gave it as a gift, which is honestly, that's really adorable. It's Mr. Cuddler, a gigantic stuffed toy. No matter how old you get, this precious bear shall be your loyal companion to the very end. Just don't spill white and black paint over it. You don't want to see that bear again.
Hello.
Good day, Damon. Every single time, you just revert back to that I don't want to talk to you again, ever again. Why are you talking to me? That kind of sprite. Should I talk to Wolfgang? Yes.
Pardon me.
Say, Damon, have you by any chance taking a liking to any of your peers? What, are you taking over Toshiko's whole shtick now? Are you? Quite a few around your age.
Seriously?
We're in a killing game. Romance has been on my mind. Yeah, just from looking at the calendar. Yes, it is. Yes, it has. Unfortunately, the shipping material is too hard. We'll get to that character soon enough. I actually do like him. I remember joking it was not gonna happen, but I kind of like just seeing the end of the chapter. I definitely see it more and more. We'll get to them when we get to their free time events. I could have sworn you were seeking a glance at a few students the other day. Who in mind?
Seriously?
What are you, a little kid? Don't make stuff up. Yeah, I hit a sore spot, did I? Damn it, this guy. So I'm talking like that, and then again, fucking doing that. What is your deal? What is your game? Again, from the sound of it, you're fine talking to him, honestly. Besides just a slight bit of hesitation, I guess. But, like, when it comes to the whole entire group, you're just willing to throw it under the bus? Wow. It took more time than I was willing to admit, but I eventually steered Wolfgang off the subject. He was really adamant about talking about crushes, honestly. Man, he was good with words. I'll give him that. Good with words, you say? I think I remember hearing another certain character saying that he was good with words, and went to bed with him. Would they give Wolfgang a present? Yes, not really. Okay, let's see here. What would you like? I didn't even look at most of these, the descriptions, honestly, of these presents, actually. What would he like? He likes still a doll of coffee? Okay. It's tree necklace, money for the polyamorous relationships. Me and the bone is in here. It's kind of funny. No one likes it. Only 4 people. It's kind of funny. Which of these? Well, obviously perfume, right? An ornate perfume bottle. One spraying and be whisked into a world of elegance. Sweet flowers and whipped cream. Well, a lot of people like this, honestly. If it smells like that, then I'm sure. I think everyone would probably like that. So, yeah, here you go. Just, here you go, Wolfgang. Here's some nice perfume. Oh, whoops, spill it all onto him. Oh my, you have quite the eye for luxury goods. This will look lovely on my bedside table, next to the teddy bear from your girlfriend.
Interesting indeed.
Another day, another ponderation.
Come again?
Ponderation? That's been a hot, like, long seconds I heard that one. That's, whoever says that? Is that even a word? Of course. No, I don't blame you for not knowing. By the way, I'm still investigating the other students and asking them about their talents.
Right.
Any luck with that? My peers have been sharing some wonderful stories. It gets a bit exhausting, though, listening to some of them talk, so I'm currently taking a break. What, you just talk to them like instead of a Damon, like, being just like, I don't want to talk to these people more than necessary, I'm gonna only talk to 2 a day. You're just, like, doing 5 per day, honestly, you social butterfly.
That's...
When do you plan to leave? In a little bit? Why?
It's simple.
I want to ask you something. Is that so?
I understand.
Very understandable. It would help them have myself investigated too. Sure. Anyway, what's your favorite court case? I thought you were gonna say, what's your favorite color? That'll definitely showcase who he is. If it's not purple, then who even are you? My favorite court case?
Unfortunately.
I don't know. What? Why is that hard to answer? You could just say it was the most interesting or fun to work on. That could be interesting, or are you saying that the one you had the most fun with is classified?
Seriously?
Are you serious?
I'm sure.
Out of countless court cases, how is it possible that I can only pick one? Then pick a few and talk about one. As my mother would say, we are only human after all. The very idea of favorites can stump even the smartest individuals. Really? Well, I've scrubbed most debates from memory, and the more interesting ones always manage to stick.
This is difficult.
Also, lawyer work is a repetitive process. Court cases start to blend together as time goes on. I mean, yeah, if you go through enough, like, there'll be a lot of commonalities and tropes, honestly. Like, I guess the best analogy to give here is, like, imagine, like, you to go through enough movies or stories, honestly, that you'll start recognizing some tropes and actually recognize some patterns, honestly. And usually the ones which either like subvert them or really do their own thing without trying to lean on those tropes too much are the ones that stand out to your head the most often. Or they have ideas which you never actually considered before, and of course those play a giant part into the brain and just change your brain chemistry forever. Happened a couple times, including on this channel. Every day I had to read dozens, if not hundreds, of documents, hoping to find the one detail I can exploit. Exploit? That's a weird way to put it. Exploit! A logical inconsistency, missing piece of information, or just something unsavory by the prosecution. Blackmail.
I see.
And if you find that one detail, I'm guessing you run with it? Yes, those are special days. I get to prove my worth, not only by seeing my client, but also showcase my life's work. In doing so, I'm able to uphold the Akire name.
Eh?
You have a family of profession?
Let's see.
Just one. Oh, I knew it! It's your dad! I knew it! Nepotism! A very prolific defense lawyer with an unwavering resolve. My mother. Oh, it's your mom, actually. Oh, okay. Oh. That's a cool twist for it. Huh. Well, I guess not twist, but a spin on it. Huh. Was that why you've been exposed to court cases so early? Not only did she win most of her cases, she drew a lot of attention due to her unorthodox handling of her clients. Unorthodox? Are you gonna say she trusted them implicitly like a certain other blue-suited defense attorney?
By the way...
I wonder how many fucking Ace Attorney jokes Cassidy said to Wolfgang, honestly. I so would love to know that. That being, she only represented women and children. Huh. Oh. Huh.
That
sounds pretty counterintuitive from a business standpoint.
No matter.
For my mother, values are more important than monetary gain. Although payment is an issue if you work smart. I know that from experience.
Huh?
Do you also only accept certain clients? Yes.
Trust in the process.
I only represent clients I trust are innocent. Okay, Cassidy, bring your puns and jokes up fully. We are going straight into the puns and the references. Was this guy... He accepted cases based on simple gut feeling? Well, it's kind of almost... I kind of actually see that a lot. Like, he's definitely a more emotional person, honestly. I mean, just from the prologue case alone, I don't have anything to say about it. He's not very much more a logical person. Well, he is logical for his job, but, like, that comes second first. That's oxymoronic. I'm sorry, Damon. But he thinks about logic, like, next up on the list. Yeah. Which I can't say I won't deny, honestly, because, like, I think most of the time, I think most characters I just tend to, lean toward, honestly, than I think are just, like, nice or fine, honestly. Like, they're just, yeah, like, what was it, like, I think, or in a certain some way, like, and I think even some way, like, to me, like, even after everything that Ava been through, it just sounded more like she just cracked, honestly, instead of actually she was evil from the outset. It's more like that. I mean, I definitely, like, what was it? After seeing how, like, what was it, Kaede operate in V3, honestly, like, literally, when it got to the point in the first trial of choosing him, who the culprit was, even though it made a lot of sense it was Kaede, like, I was literally stumped and brain dead. I literally went in around a circle. Like, I was stumped when the choose the culprit came up, and apparently Kaede said it was, she already knew for the longest time. I just kept choosing, I guess, some, probably the most, suspicious people, but then getting so lots of stuff that I started just picking everyone a giant circle to land on her. And the very second the game confirmed it was her, like, immediately when that happened, it clicked, everything clicked into place in my brain. Like, evidence-wise and motive-wise, pretty much the entire case just unraveled knowing it was her. Literally, and, like, God damn it, I can never get that out of my head, honestly. I will never get that moment out of my head. Like, Jesus. Ah, I forgot. This was only meant to be a break, wasn't it? We were talking for more than 2 hours!
Many thanks.
Best I'd be my way now. See you. We gotta hound him for the court case thing again. We have to. His mom was strict about who she represented, but at least her point of reference was something tangible. Gut feeling, though? That's way too dubious to reject a client over. Did Wolfgang mean to say he said cases where evidence pointed in the client's favor? Surely he'd still be riding on a few assumptions, though. I don't get it. How did a naive guy like him win over 200 cases? Well, either he has a good gut intuition, which, honestly, I really just doubt his, like, thoughts on Ava in this one. I just don't care. I just don't care. Like, he literally, even if, like, she definitely had, like, some inclination of lying, honestly, that's just more a case of trauma than anything else. And again, like, I could definitely say that until I'm blue in the face and even have, like, actual personal things backing it up. So I'm, yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. Page 3 of Wolfgang's report card has been updated. Before there was Wolfgang, there was his mom, a highly successful defense lawyer. Like her, Wolfgang is very particular about his clients. In his case, only accepting those he thinks are innocent. Which definitely is an interesting way to go about it, but like, it's gonna be at least one time he has, changed that up, honestly. There must be another reason, actually. Nah. Oh my gosh, you actually are obsessed with pachinko. You're always in here. Madison was right. Oh my god, you're just obsessed. You're a gambling man, god damn it. Cassidy is the Cartadia. We must remain united during the killing game. The game tournament is one way to go about it. I'll push Shaw, Damon. You'll join anyway later on. It's only inevitable.
Curious.
Damon, is there any reason you're here? I don't know, just to annoy you, honestly, before you die. Yeah, nothing else. I just happened to wander over. It's the exact room, next pachinko machine, so I can show you my gambling skills. I see.
Pardon me.
May we have a quick chat, then? A quick chat? Sure.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's see.
Let's see here. Like, this came to mind too, but like, I'm wondering if that conversation that speech he gave to everyone during the trial, which came to me just now, he was talking about how worthy and pony he was, and exactly probably what Wolfgang was thinking the entire time. Like, I'm wondering if that's exactly how Damon felt, or like he was saying that to get heat off of him. Probably just from how the game was labeled out, like how the game like presents it. Like that's actually how Damon truly thinks. Like he's just very honest at that point. But the department wonders if he said that in a way to make sure people trust him a tiny bit. But he doesn't seem the type to mince words, honestly, or just outright lie, honestly. So, Wolfgang spent the next few minutes asking me if I was good at video games. Video games? Are you a gamer at heart, Damon? No, you're not. You would choose a race car bet over an arcade machine. That's definitely not where I expected the conversation to go. Would you give him a present? Yeah, sure. Where else, honestly, in here? Do you like magic tricks? The unspillable glass of water? Yes, you do. The glass of water has remained unspilled ever since a strange man sealed it with his breathing powers. I feel it's a reference to something I do not understand. Oh my god, wait, I just realized. Wait, no, never mind. I thought that was... If anyone knows that one song, everyone knows that, then you understand what I was thinking about. God damn it. A retro-styled music device from a popular doll brand. Insert inside a CD featuring music from the brand's cheap animated tie-ins. God. But no, you like unspilled glass of the water, so you will never drink again. I mean, you do obviously hate water for obvious reasons, so, yeah. Now, this is something extraordinary. Yes, magic tricks. Magic tricks. I feel like a certain magician would have a field day with you. Thank you, Damon, for everything you do. I just got this present. I packaged it for you. I didn't do anything. If only there were fewer hours in a day. Why would you want less time? What? Maybe then our time here passed more quickly. Oh, well, in this situation, I guess, sure. But, if time goes by even faster, then, it becomes a whirlwind, honestly. Would you be able to see what goes on anymore? If everything is a Tasmanian devil, people whirling past you? No. No, please don't. Wolfgang, like, pretty down the dumps. Even the most optimistic people have their off days, I guess. It's funny. When I was studying law, I wanted the opposite. Longer days so I can make time for extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, a kid in college wouldn't have many opportunities to relax. The struggles of academic excellence, huh? I had never dwelled on the past as much as I do now in this uncomfortable present. Well, now you're forced to sit here and think about why your life how your life came to this point. Exactly why were you targeted? For kidnap. Something's been tugging at me for a while. Long before the two of us even began hanging out. A growing confusion that was exacerbated each time we spoke.
Hi.
Wolfgang, things aren't adding up. You're full of shit. Excuse me? If you really had a track record you say you do, I need to know. Are you as sensitive on the job as you are around your classmates? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Take this seriously.
Well, have you ever yelled at the judge to shut up? Or cried in the face of the plaintiff? Do you command the courtroom like the class trial? Because that would be pretty unprofessional for a lawyer.
Could you explain?
Unprofessional? Yet you still told the class to trust my lawyer's judgment? Yeah, that was a mistake, apparently, because then you just started, like, going against me anyway, so fuck you.
I know.
Only as a means to an end.
Anyways.
That was a while ago, anyway.
Let's see.
I see. Weaponizing my feelings in order to skew the debate. You pursued a truth you did not believe. That's really no different than telling a lie. Oh, that's how you're gonna take it. That's how you're gonna fucking take it. Okay, then wow. Okay.
Hey.
Who are you to talk? Isn't lying second nature to lawyers?
Hold on.
That's wrong. I only speak the truth. Yeah, it's if every single time you choose a client, they're always, innocent, but what if they are technically innocent, but they've done also different crimes then? Are you gonna be one of those people who expose those crimes to the whole entire court even if it has nothing to do with the case itself, or are you gonna lie by commission, honestly? So what is it? You only tell the truth? Just because you don't say the whole truth doesn't mean like you're always truthful.
You think?
Across 200 cases, every client was innocent? Am I really supposed to believe that?
No matter.
Even if it sounds unbelievable, the law says as much. The law says as much. So does the UTP. Why would I be the ultimate lawyer if I couldn't prove my client's innocence?
That's not it.
That's not my point. I'm saying there's no way you're always in the right.
Nonsense.
Then you're forgetting a crucial detail. I only accept certain clients.
Right.
Right. Clients you trust be innocent. Okay, I'm actually loving this FTE. This is actually really good stuff. I always wanted to see, more, I guess, talks or FTEs or, there's actually, some tension going on. Like, when, there's something that happens story-wise, in, one of the canon DR games, they usually have the characters who are, probably the most interesting to talk to, literally just not want to talk at all because I'm thinking about some things right now. I'm just thinking about things right now. I don't want to talk about this because every single person at FTEs are meant to be, what was it? Always, you can talk to them when there's, what was it? Safety or, something relaxing going on. There's no tension going on, honestly. And, I feel like that's, I wish there's some FTEs, actually, that go more into that whole thing when they talk about something that's something more about the tension, honestly, in the air. I've seen some DR fanfics, honestly, original casts or whatever, even rewrites and AUs the first three games, some of the first three games actually. Then I'm dabbled honestly into that, or they actually have big nice conversations actually, even when things are horrendously horrible, actually, really good thought-provoking conversations, honestly, similar to this, oh, I'm loving this. Right, clients you trust to be innocent. Isn't mixing personal beliefs with a case antithetical to being a lawyer? I thought you're supposed to accept cases regardless of moral standing.
Trust in the process.
It's true, lawyers must build walls around their hearts, but human hands cannot create flawless things. Walls crack and degrade, and time will eventually expose a gap for the lawyer's conscience to escape.
Jeez.
Sure, but most lawyers try not to let their conscience control them. Which, yeah, sure. Like, that was the thing, like, even before the killing game even happened, like, you let your emotions run in control in the prologue. I'm wondering if it's literally just because, like, people, like, brought up even more that, your mom was killed by your dad, and, like, because they had similar hair, actually, like, similar colors, like, that's why you got, so, like, you got slowly more and more, was emotional as it went on. Wondering, like, how close that case was to exactly, how your mom died, if that is true. Which brings me back to what I was asking earlier.
It's simple.
Well, what's your answer? Oh, your sweat marks. Sweat marks. Do you act the same in this courtroom as you do in the class trial? Simple yes or no question.
I must decline.
No, I don't.
I see.
You're sweating even more. Huh. Why is that? You're basically speaking in front of a jury either way, aren't you? There's something about your classmates that's different?
Please don't.
You're putting words in my mouth. Well, that's the whole thing different, honestly. So you can answer it simply. Honestly, what was so different here than there? Now, in fact, that has nothing to do with the people around me. I simply can't always be the man I am in the courtroom. Not now. Not while in the killing game. Oh, the light in your eyes is gone, but that's funny because that happened before the killing game was announced. So I like how both Ava and like Wolfgang have both like done something, I guess, like mistake-wise. There's something maybe regrettable in the future, which that happened before a killing game even came up. So, which is because the unease of being kidnapped and being forced to play a game before anything of a more threatening or like dangerous honestly came up. People are already a bit cracking. So if I were to say that same thing, I'd be lambasting the spot. Why does Wolfgang hold himself to a different standard? Has it not occurred to him how unfair that is to me? Or maybe it has. And he just doesn't care. Yeah, that's my first thought, honestly. Like, again, hypocritical, different standards, honestly. If it's you, then yeah, you're in the wrong, but if it's me doing the same thing, then nah, I'm the right. Like, it's definitely more subtle, and he tries to hold himself up as, like, sort of a pedestal, honestly. Probably just, like, make sure everyone is doing fine and no one, like, breaks or crumbles in the whole game, but, when it comes to the expense of, like, literally just, forcing, like, all that down to two people, honestly, so, there's the thing, he's very friendly talking to Damon, at least here, when it's just one-on-one, but when it feels like it's literally just when the entire group is around, he just flips. So, he just flips on a dime, so, wow, he just doesn't care about anyone. FTE complete, happy times. Like, he does care about people, but, again, it feels like, again, like, he just chooses so much, like, of, who he should even do that. And for anyone who he doesn't trust at all, he doesn't want to give them the time of day, honestly. Or he literally has to prove that a point. I'm wondering, actually, if he literally, just didn't trust, actually, Ava, like, herself just because of how she acted. Or literally just from, only just from Damon and Ava's words. He literally had to denounce them in front of the group, so, there's some semblance of control, honestly. I feel like it's the latter, but if there is partially of the first part, then, like, I feel like if, like, the whole thing with Damon basically just saying, like, someone is definitely gonna die, I'm wondering if he would actually still act the same, just not do the whole don't trust those two, but, like, maybe look into Ava a bit more? I'm curious, honestly. Wolfgang admits he can't be the man he is in the courtroom, though he doesn't seem very sorry about the fact. Why is he never this lenient towards me? Yeah. Like, man, I wonder if that's gonna be actually touched on and explored in the sixth and final FTE, honestly. No character here has, like, their final FTEs implemented, so I'm assuming that when the next chapter comes, honestly, like, everyone's will have, like, a 6 FTE, or most of them anyway. Oh god, like, we're always just missing that one key piece of information from one character, honestly. Or maybe, actually, we won't get their 6 FTE until, like, later in the game, honestly. Way later, depending on it. Because if some character here, actually, if it's not Wolfgang or Ava, has the most important, like, 6 FTE when the first chapter is only the first 4 FTEs you can go through and play, honestly, then oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that's a real shocker. You're not in the pharmacy anymore, Wolfgang. Okay, so, where'd you go? Where'd you are, Wolfgang? Where are you? Oh, there you are. You're hiding out there. I see you. I see you're right there. Okay, then, I'll come to you, then. How's it going, Wolfgang? You just hanging out here in front of the janitor's closet, just reminiscing about that one girl who has similar hair to your mom. That's very mean to say, but I'm just wondering why you're just hanging around in here. No, Ava, I see. Okay.
Seriously?
I'm not glued to her hip. Of course. What is your deal? Was that sarcasm? Oh my god, Jesus Christ. This guy, is it worth continuing a conversation with him? I guess. It's only the small things which really irk me about him, but like, it's literally just him, like, if it was like a different situation, honestly, I think I would get along with him, but like, since he's like weirdly choosing, honestly, in the cast who shouldn't be trustworthy, instead of him, you know, maybe sit down and talk with them even more, instead of just no, don't trust them full out. Like, dude, if you're a lawyer and you know a lot of cases, honestly, you've probably seen a lot of like murder cases, honestly, where people done things in the heat of the moment, or got so mad, or got so like felt cornered that like a crime happened. What do you mean? What are you doing? I'm still not gonna let go of that. Considering the topic of conversation, walking away would just look suspicious. I gotta do the runaround and make sure it doesn't think that way either. And right now, I'm not in the mood for another scolding. Sigh, I'll guess I have to, lean against wall, like without a care in the world. Wolfgang and I stood next to each other in awkward silence. What was that, Wolfgang? I thought you were gonna talk more about us. Okay, then, you're gonna chastise us more for hanging out with Ava, apparently, even though you say both of us shouldn't be trusted, honestly? Shouldn't be? Again, like, what was it? I'll say this, like, the whole thing of him, what was it? People not liking Damon, honestly, but saying their talents are worthless. Like, I could definitely see why people just don't like him because of that. Even though, like, I probably have to rewatch it again, but, like, it's probably just my memory. It's been a while since I've seen the prologue, but to me, it sounded like him, when he was talking about, like, that you shouldn't trust anyone in a game like this, that someone's definitely gonna betray your trust and die. When the whole rest of the cast are quizzing him, or, like, you know, rebutting him, honestly, in that, they kind of put words in his mouth, saying, like, for him to say that everyone else had a worthless talent. It sounded like he was both trying to prove, like, he was worthwhile, and then everyone took it as, everyone else's talents were terrible, actually. That's what I remember it feeling, honestly, from what I remember of it, even though I think in the moment, I was definitely more annoyed with Damon. But now, when time has passed in the beginning of chapter 1, honestly, I kind of changed my stance on that. Man, I could be wrong. But still, that's how it feels right now. Oh god, maybe I should have walked away. Awkward silence is my worst nightmare. Would you like to give him a present? The hell no! Oh my god, that's so funny, actually. Okay, so, come on, Wolfgang, which of these presents here would you like that, will make you like me more? Even though you don't, and why should I care, actually? Oh my god, I forgot. Purple yellow shades, it's Deltarune Spampton! Oh my good god. I remember just seeing people love the guy, and when it came up in the game, I was like, no, I don't like this guy. I just had a pit in my stomach that he was the most dangerous person. And he was. Oh my god, he's evil. But I'm also, Magatama. Yes, good, you like it, thankfully. Magatama, this magical charm is used to see the secrets within a person's heart. It also works as a nice necklace. Yes. Wait, yes, of fucking course Cassie likes it. No, we're giving her that. We're giving her that next time. We're definitely. If we don't give her that, then it's practically blasphemous, honestly. We have to give her all the game references gifts in here, honestly. We have to. Yes, we have an eye for luxury goods, honestly. We have good taste, apparently. Better taste than you. Damon, there's another question I'd like to ask you. What's that?
What now?
What is it now? What is it now, Dad?
Let's see.
Nothing to do with ultimate research, just my own curiosity. You see, we've already discussed when you began debating, but I still have no idea why. As in, why join the debate club?
Well put.
Yes, what compelled you down the path? Haven't I already given an answer?
It's simple.
Debate is valuable. It lets me discuss things which are meaningful to society. I said this ages ago after the mock trial. So you did. So you weren't listening to us then, honestly. Wow!
Curious.
Huh. How strange. You only discuss debating as it relates to broader society, never as it relates to you as an individual.
That's wrong.
That's wrong! Oh my god, you're defensive immediately. Not every reason needs to be personal. I debate because I can argue politics and ethics. What about that is hard to understand?
In any case.
Let me ask a different question. You clearly value your talent because of its worth to society, but why is that particular aspect so important to you? Does it really need an explanation? Makes me feel important. I'm actually curious to actually use a more personal explanation, honestly, than just some of that. It could honestly just be just like debating, honestly. The same way like some people just like talking to others and socializing, honestly. Like it's part of your nature, honestly. Just very argumentative. But I feel like there's definitely something else to it. Well, I can certainly provide one.
Eh?
I think the reason you chose to debate isn't because of the subject matter,
This is difficult.
but because it elevates your voice above everyone else's. The hell? Who do you think he was? That's kind of an apt reading, honestly, I'll give you that. Of course a debate for the subject matter. A debate didn't indicate discussions that were valuable to society. I wouldn't be pursuing it. No need to glare, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Are you trying to undermine me on purpose? Don't forget you studied law because of some random courtroom recordings.
Hold on.
You misunderstand. Those recordings were not why I wanted to become a lawyer. Rather, they were a subset of the actual reason. Oh, so just the same way we're both not talking about the real reason why we're doing it, honestly. Yeah, so as Atten saying the trial that I was right, Wolfgang and Ava had some parallel and similar aspects to Damon, honestly. Nice. I feel like if, what was it? Oh god, actually. I wonder if it's gonna be like V3, honestly, in the case that I'm, the victim or the killer. No, probably no, the victim. For the second case, second chapter, would be someone who also fits, how, Damon honestly, thinks and feels, honestly. Like, also, like, sort of, like, that could become you if you did this or that. So now this apartment wonders if, Winona is gonna die in the chapter or not, because she does, like, says a lot of things that, technically Damon does technically agree with, but just doesn't, like, want to say out loud. And now I'm wondering if, like, what was it? Damon's own, like, thoughts actually are a bit of unreliable narrator in the sense of him, he doesn't want to think about that, he doesn't want to admit that to himself. Rather, they were a subset of the actual reason. Alright, then in that case, if it wasn't the recordings, his actual reason for becoming a lawyer was power, protection! No, it's maybe mom. Reason became a lawyer does that have to do with your mom?
Impressive.
That's right. Ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to be just like her. Mama's boy. Yeah. If she never took up law, I probably wouldn't be here right now. He should have thought that sentence through. Are you saying, like, if your mom didn't take law, she never would have met your dad and you wouldn't be here right now? Is that... Oh my god, that feels weird actually thinking about it. I know my first thought, honestly, is if that theory is right of dad, meaning mom, like what? Met him in a prison? Okay, your mom fell in love with a criminal. It was interesting he never talks about his dad, though, so... And this is the last available FTE for him, then, man, that's actually, interesting to think about. Huh. Last time we spoke, you may remember me saying she attracted a bit of controversy.
Right.
Because she only represented women and children. Yeah, I remember.
Well put.
During her first murder trial, the prosecution tried using that fact to undermine her and her client's legitimacy. As most court footage is public domain, the non-confidential kind anyway, the public was able to watch this unfold live.
Huh?
Wait, so the court recordings you mentioned earlier?
I'm sure.
Yes, most of them were my mother.
In any case.
Anyway, the footage drew similar ire from other petitioners of the field. who called her conduct unlawyerly.
No matter.
However, no one could dispute her skills. Even that original murder trial, her client was acquitted of first-degree murder on the basis of self-defense.
It's for the best.
They'll probably still face jail time, though, just because of it. If, like, it was just self-defense, honestly. But yeah, still. I believe my mother is an example of what lawyers should be. Never represent and take men as clients, honestly. Never do that. Never. But I see what you mean, honestly, though. Pursues the truth to defend the world's most vulnerable, no matter the cost. Yeah, that. Pretty much. If that was standard, most defense lawyers would be out of a job. I wonder how she makes ends meet then from besides that. Unless, like, she, like, has, I guess, like, a good sponsor or whatever else. Like, is she a public defender, or, like, she's part of a law firm, actually? I guess that'd be the biggest question, actually. If I can pick up where she left off, and issue an era where the lawyer's conscience is rewarded, not punished.
Trust in the process.
Then, I'll achieve my purpose in life. This guy was totally out of it. I get the sentiment, I guess, yeah. An era where the lawyer's conscience is rewarded? Wouldn't that spell the end of criminal justice? Well, I guess, like taking emotions into, I guess, a justice, like, into legality, would be a bit, weird, and actually, like, it'd be actually hard to, put law around that into practice, actually. I wonder if he, like, used a lot of emotional arguments to make his case to, the judge, honestly, and the jury. Most likely, probably, just from the fact he's a bit sensitive, actually. And there's actually some merits for just using emotional arguments, honestly. I mean, again, if, like, we all only choose logically, then, pretty much people just become way much more brutal then, honestly. I mean, if the most optimal choice is literally just to, kill someone each and every time instead of, focus on, other matters, then I'm pretty sure the world will be terrible. So, yeah, there's a bit of that, but also, how would you properly implement that into the legal system? Interesting thought, but I'm just wondering about that myself right now. Sure, his mom only represented certain clients, but there hasn't been anything to suggest she cared whether they were guilty or innocent. If she did, I definitely would have heard it by now. Yeah, actually, okay then. I like how he kept harping on that for himself, but not his mom, which in the sound of it is the main reason why he became a defense lawyer. So that's actually weird, because a defense lawyer shouldn't usually just be someone, whether they're innocent or guilty, honestly, of a crime, should still get fair representation. And Wolfgang only takes hold of clients who are only innocent, or they believes they are. Huh. I'm wondering now if literally if he accidentally gets someone who's guilty, how he would even react to that. I'm wondering if that would even be favorable for him. Like, okay. So why is he so obsessed over this delusional idea? Yeah, I kind of like see. I think I see what people lean more into the fact that maybe like his mom died and it led to this whole thing. Maybe like her passing led to that. The more like the more going through these FTEs, the more it sounds believable, more plausible. FTE complete! Woohoo! Page 5 Vulcan's report card has been updated. Oh, that was really interesting. The more FTEs you do, the more a bar fills up by the very end, huh? That's actually kind of cool. And for his 5th and final FTE for the time being, his mom didn't just inspire him to become a lawyer, she was his sole reason. Now he wants to issue an era where the lawyer's conscience is rewarded, not punished. Huh. It's definitely still an intriguing way to put about it. And like, again, emotional arguments like can be made in court, honestly. Especially for a jury, honestly. I think that's what most closing arguments are. So I'm just more curious how he plans to implement that more. Maybe he plans to talk about that in his final FTE when the time comes. Interesting to see. But like, I could definitely see, like, where he's coming from a tiny bit. Like, there's definitely just one part of him I just don't quite understand, honestly. Like, it feels like he's a bit of a control freak and everything. When the main group happens, like, he flip-flops a lot in some capacity. Like, literally, tries to give a lot of gives like, I don't know, a hard time to Damon and Ava, which I guess if like Damon was like true and like he realized that the reason why Wolfgang was like giving them a hard time in front of everyone was for them to grow better. But in a killing game situation, honestly, that almost feels a bit counterintuitive. It just sounds like you're just putting so much pressure on them. And again, that still reminds me of him literally just like, sure, Ava made mistakes as well, but then everyone else like sort of piled onto them as well. So I think he's technically the main reason why it led down to the first kill, honestly. Even if partly, honestly. Like, he's probably the main contributor towards that, actually. Again, I still just hate the fact, literally, like, he'd spout actual good logical reason to him. Like, a killing could happen in this pharmacy. Let's lock it down. And he says, no, we're not doing that. No. And that's exactly what happened. So, I can't quite say I'm, like, honestly, like, it was surprising. It's definitely, like, really heart-wrenching to actually see how he died, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, I'm glad he's dead, but, like, man, like, if he, was a bit of a better leader, then I'd probably, like, be a bit more sympathetic towards him, honestly. It's mostly just the small things, the small decisions he made through the entire first chapter. I never had a problem with him in the prologue, honestly. But the small choices he made in this chapter, honestly, are maybe just going to dislike him the most, honestly. Nothing that he did before, but did now, honestly. And that's literally all that matters. If you're trying to be a leader, every decision, even the smaller ones, should matter. Even if it like seems like you're breaking down, like it seemed like every single time you made a decision, it was always with full clarity, as much as you can do anyway. And it was always to single out two people who were saying like, hey, a crime and definitely a killing is definitely gonna happen in a killing game, so be distrustful. And then on some level, he was also distrustful in turn. Literally bringing a knife down to the base, in which by itself, if he wasn't so preaching about no death was gonna happen, if he wasn't saying that, then I would honestly understand him that more and wouldn't really even harp on that. But because of everything else, yeah, it feels like him, like he's definitely probably the biggest people to fit that theme of hypocrisy. Honestly, the entire chapter. That's probably what makes him and a lot of the other characters in this cast way much more interesting then. I am curious, what happens if we actually talked to Grace, actually? She doesn't have any available free time, so will we just get shut out for this chapter?
Oi!
Oi, who is it?
Huh?
How'd you know I was here? The gap between the door and the floor, soybean. I cast a shadow while you're standing in front of it. Now piss off! How the hell did she notice that? Is she watching the bottom of the door for movement? She's that paranoid. Whatever, I had no intention of entering her room anyway. Who cares about her? Who cares? So we can't really talk to her. Dang, we can't talk to her at all for this chapter until after her boyfriend dies. I'm wondering exactly I'm wondering exactly how she'll go from the rest of it, because like she was definitely like that hard boiled, and I don't think she's gonna lose that at all. I think it would like kind of undermine that actually if she loses that personality. I feel like she may be a bit, what was it, more, well, I guess less aggravated to everyone. Like as time goes on, if she survives late game, but like she'll definitely be a loudmouth. But like depending on how she reacted to like Ava dying from execution, it's probably just like how extreme how that she died, and that's why she just like clammed up by the end of like saying like she deserved to die just from killing him. But like I'm wondering if that would change anything in the chapter, in the second chapter. I'm curious. Alright, since we can't talk to Grace, how about we talk to someone else? Well, you were watching us for an hour or so, literally just me going through and like maxing out all the pachinkos, getting all the gifts, honestly, so you know how serious I am. So, you don't have too many FTEs available, but I'm curious about you. Like, you're the youngest person here in the cast, and like technically even a kid still, so probably you're gonna be the most like vulnerable here. Actually, it's probably good that you actually like attached to the hip with Ingrid for at least in the sound of it right now. I don't think it paid too much attention to what you were doing, like as the days went on, unless they say directly to the main character, like mandatorily, honestly. So I'm not too sure what's going on with you. I still remember you calling Damon Maitsu though. Soft in the inside, soft-hearted. Eh. Humph! I'm in the mood for an exchange.
Eh?
I didn't say anything. You think you cannot see that which looms behind your eyes? My brain? My skull? Is enough to indicate your intentions. As one does, I looked ahead and made my feelings clear. Now, be gone! Alright, fine. Oh, we can't talk to you here? I guess maybe not in this instance, I guess. Maybe later, though. How about later? So, do you want to talk to us now? Or is it going to be after tomorrow?
Greetings.
What a coincidence. You were just in my mind. Oh, after shutting me out last time, just earlier today, you're like, oh, maybe I was too harsh? Huh? Really?
Indeed.
Indeed. There is much we need to discuss. Now we do. What should I do? Should I talk with this kid? I guess. Nah. Okay, I like how they give these options personality. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Okay.
Alright, what's the issue? It concerns a conversation you and I had in the pharmacy.
Eh?
The needle one? Oh, oh, you were literally, that's the reason why you didn't want to talk the first available time, just because you're upset about that whole exchange with the needle? Okay. Yes.
If I may ask.
Could you please forget about it? That you're afraid of needles? Okay. I guess you want to keep up a more, what was it, a professional persona? Because you want to be taken seriously by everyone else? But just because of who you, like, just your youngest person, honestly, and, like, obviously look like a kid, I don't think that's gonna work too well. Unless you do something very, I guess, big to get people's attention from you. My head was still hurting from the night before, so I had not been thinking clearly. And I thought we were gonna discuss something serious. Needles are very serious business, Damon. Don't you know this could lead to discussions about medicine? And doctors, obviously. You want to debate about that, don't you? Of course you do. Toshiko gave me a lengthy talk about her fear, or supposed lack thereof, of needles. Needles are bad. Huh. Well, it hadn't been a very productive conversation. It was definitely an entertaining one. Would you give Toshiko a present? I'm wondering if, like, Damon just has, like, a sort of affinity for just mocking people a bit, actually. Which I can't really blame him. Like, I definitely have a mocking streak at times, but like that would probably just be very entertaining, yeah. So what would you would like? Do you like this toy? Yeah, I like how, oh my god, I didn't realize that Wolfgang was the only person who did not like Mr. Cuddler. Everyone else loves the stuffed animal. That's so funny though. That's so funny. Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh, you're really giving this to me?
Anywho.
I mean, I'm most flattered by your gesture. Toshiko loved your present. Nice. Stop staring into my soul. The girl stood there in silence, looking me up and down like she was judging an art display. I know what you were! A mediocre one too, considering the look on her face. You have a lot to go before you're dateable to anyone else. Maitsu, would you consider yourself a highbrow man? No. I'd say so. Is that what you try to pretend you are? I see. Loser. In that case, you should be quite familiar with the art of turtle shell sledding, yes? What kind of fancy-smancy person knows anything about turtle sledding?
That's...
Turtle sledding?
See?
You know, the act in which humans ride in the backs of turtles like a sled down a chilly, snow-swept mountain.
Really?
That's not real.
For your information.
Of course it is! Are you not a follower of the tradition? I can't tell if that's from Japan or like you're making this up on the fly to joke around with him. I cannot tell. Or it's folklore, actually. It sounds like animal cruelty. Yeah! Worry not. We took the turtles out of their shells and stole from them. That's even worse. The turtles gave their consent. They're in on it too. What, can you speak to animals too? Or what, did you talk to Gunnar Tanaka before coming here? Okay.
Take this seriously.
Are you related to the Luke Triton? What? How can a turtle give consent? How else? Through a legal contract, of course. What, they just stamp their, like, I don't know, their stumpy paws onto a piece of paper and ink? Okay. Can they even read English? You can't actually be serious. Please, let this be a giant Joker suspense, please. If you're actually serious, I cannot take you seriously anymore then. Please, please, Toshiko. Please be messing with them. Please, I'm begging you. Poor Willis Mochi. It's not so easily by words of whimsy. Yeah, I kinda knew it.
Hey.
What are you laughing at?
My.
Come now, is it not obvious? Of course there's no such thing as turtle sledding. It's merely a bedtime story my mother used to tell me. Strange bedtime story?
Eh?
A bedtime story? When I first heard it, I was much like you. Quick to accuse my mother of falsehoods, and terribly sure of my conviction.
Quite.
To which, of course, my mother had only one response. She whisked me out of bed and took me to the mountains. What, she literally took you out of bed and immediately just got a plane ticket and we went to the mountains and slid down out with a turtle back to bed? Okay.
Wonderful.
We're participating in a turtle sledding competition of our own.
You think?
Didn't you just say turtle sledding wasn't real? The version described my mother's story, yes. Real life turtle sledding, however, is as real as you and I. Though it does bear one notable difference from its fictive counterpart.
Perhaps.
Can you figure out what that is? I doubt you can. Is the sled just painted to look like a turtle? Guess I'll humor her. The difference between fictional turtle sledding and real life turtle sledding is probably the consent lines. The sleds.
It's simple.
You didn't use actual turtles, right?
Indeed.
We use a turtle-shaped sled, not a sled-shaped turtle. Rosebud. Guess that addresses the legal issues. We don't have to worry about consent laws now with this. Really, Mochi, you're awfully unenlightened. Did your mother never tell you stories before bed?
That's not important.
Bedtime stories weren't my thing.
My.
You didn't even read the classicals when you were younger? Man, illiterate. Oh my, not even Precipitation Beige and the Nine Gnomes. I feel like that's definitely like more... Oh, that definitely feels like folklore stories, honestly. Ah, God, I'm blanking about a whole bunch of different, like, fairy tales, stuff like that I remember reading. Like, gosh dang it. I think I remember reading a story of, like, I'm blanking out on the entire story of it, but, like, a boy who just bested a whole bunch of, like, tigers, like, some ferocious animal, maybe, like, a lion, and every single time they decided to, like, he decided to give over, like, a piece of his clothing of winter. Like, it almost would make him, like, almost freeze death if he didn't use his own wits. But, by the very end, he basically tricks all of them to, fight over themselves to see who has the best, clothing that he had gifted to them. And so, while they're fighting, he just grabs all the clothes he gave to them, and just walks away, honestly, and goes to his relative's house, honestly. I wonder if that's exactly what the story was something along those lines. That was actually really interesting to read. No. What a shame. Your childhood sounds absolutely miserable. It wasn't that bad. Well, I'm gonna take a word for what she just said right now. Do you even have any whimsy in your life, Damon? Do you? Do you have any?
It pains me to say.
It seems we have experienced quite polarizing upbringings. Oh, Damon, you were abused as a kid, emotionally so. I didn't read bedtime stories. That was the only thing different. Actually, probably the only person hears the sound of it who probably just be the most, I guess, shouted abuse would probably just be Ulysses, just from how neglectful his parents are, but okay. You have the isolated love of a distant mother, but dabbled in the realm of fantasy. I can only empathize with your heart. It must be bleeding, a bleeding heart.
Stop.
It's perfectly fine, thanks. Did you take that literally? Are you kidding me? Please don't tell me that. The heck was up with this kid? Did she get a kick out of tripping me up? Nothing about her tactics were even clever. They were just confusing. Well, then again, with the way she carries herself, should I have expected anything else? Jeez, so weird. FTE complete, entertaining. As you would say, very, very entertaining. Toshiko Kayura. I learned about one of the bedtime stories her mom used to tell her. In the story, people played a sport called turtle sledding, where they would ride on the backs of turtles down a snowy mountain. For some reason, she took my personal disinterest in bedtime stories as evidence of a bad childhood. I'd just be so funny. That's the reason why he's always like this. He wasn't read enough bedtime stories, and that's why he turned out so cynical and jaded. That's the reason why he's like this. It's all the reason why. It's the main cause. That's so funny. Ah, both of you are actually spending time together, actually. Oh, that's why we can only talk to you, like, 2 times then. Since you're hanging out with Ingrid, actually, you don't want to talk right now. You're busy hanging out with someone else. Hmm? Do you require something, Mochi?
It's simple.
No, I'm just thinking about the tournament.
Filthy.
Then if so, by what merit are you interrogating me for? And do not claim pure haphazard desire.
Huh?
What? Sorry? Do you not understand?
No.
No?
Indeed.
Alas, such a fool you are, blinded by your industrious disposition. How shall you succeed if your brain cannot muster the competency to function in trivial conversation? And I think I saw you as a debater. What? What debater cannot translate their own peers' speech, but are the inherent candor and modesty? What? I think I'm just gonna leave her alone. Okay, so instead of him that, like, you just didn't want to deal with that, okay. I don't quite blame you. I see you found your way back out here again. And that's actually interesting, like, probably all the available free times for all the characters are just from, the first 4 FTEs and, like, if they are able to talk, actually. That's actually interesting to think about. That's actually a very pragmatic way to show, like, FTEs, actually. Huh. Really interesting. So, what's your last FTE gonna be here?
If I may ask.
Oh, Mochi, I have an earnest inquiry for you.
Huh?
An inquiry? Indeed. Would you mind if I asked? Good question. Should I, though? Oh, yeah. Sure. Sigh. Why am I here right now? Because I forced you to. Well then. Another life, if you had the opportunity, do you think you would be a gardener instead? That would just be a whole other bit different context and circumstances, which would be so numerous to even consider. And you're asking this why? Now simply inspire the flora surrounding us. You have a lot of whimsy then, apparently.
Seriously.
These flowers are clearly fake, though. They're really fake? Wow, that sucks. Jesus.
Never mind.
Oh, like even the hedges are? All the leaves are plastic too? Okay. Even so, are they not a sublime replication?
See?
Look at this flower here. Do you know its name?
I see.
Is it a lily? I don't know flowers.
Filthy.
Filthy, you say? A lily, he says. How uneducated can you be?
Hey.
Uneducated? Sorry, I don't pay attention to flowers when debating.
Indeed.
Well, worry not. Just this once, I shall bless you with my knowledge. If only I could roll my tongue. Knowledge. Toshiko told me the names of the various flowers in the courtyard. Again, the lead-ups into them, each FTEs are pretty interesting. They're pretty good. Anyway, my question from earlier still applies, Mochi. Would you give Toshiko a present? Sure. What else would you like? We like fancy things. Well, I think we already gave someone the rapier. I want to give new presents to everyone as much as I can. So, snapdragons? A bunch of snapdragons tied together with a ribbon. Place it in a vase, and you have yourself a pretty piece of home decor. Man. Wait, does John like it? Yes, of course he does. His tattoo is a dragon, so I was wondering if he would like that. Although it has touched your hand, I shall accept it. I washed them. What? They're flowers. What do you need to wash them for? They need water to survive. But do not expect romantic advice in return. That opportunity is long since past. What?
My.
Mochi, are you up for a challenge? Depends. What do I have to do? A voice that cannot be understood by others is a voice that cannot convince others, yes? So, a good debater must regularly train their enunciation skills. Yeah.
Indeed.
Have you perchance included tongue twisters in your training? That's actually a pragmatic way to talk about. Huh.
Seriously.
Obviously not. I think I'll probably need to do that, actually, because my tongue twists a lot. If it wasn't quite obvious, a lot. Jesus. Is that so? And if I were to perform a tongue twister right now, you wouldn't be able to repeat it back? I won't know until I hear it. Then listen carefully. A tutor who tooted the flute tried to teach 2 young tutors to toot. Wait, repeat that several times fast? What? So the toot to the tutor is hard to toot, or to tutor 2 tutors to toot. How long is this?
See?
Well, still up for the challenge. Did I say it several times or only just once in quick succession? Because I think I did that pretty off the bat. Seriously, this is child's play. Oh, I see it is. Play into him more. Oh my god. I took a deep breath and a tutor who tooted the flute tried to teach 2 young tutors to toot. So the two so the two to tutor to the tutor to toot to toot.
Damn it.
Ugh. Oh, your town has forsaken you. Have you forgotten the very fundamentals of your craft? How unbecoming of an ultimate. Just from that oh ho ho laugh, I was partially thinking of, should I give her the Sadako voice? But nah. Just wasn't prepared. I don't usually spend my time practicing trivial challenges. I only do formal, the worthwhile challenges, not these silly little games. I don't have time for whimsy or fun. I can't even say the word right. Fun is not in my dictionary. That's what they all say. Loss is a grueling obstacle. If you must cross a course, wait, what? Oh, it's a new one, okay. Loss is a grueling obstacle. If you must cross a course, cross a crowded cow crossing. Cross the course, cow, cross the crowded cow crossing carefully. I'm trying to even think of how anyone would even come up with any of these. Now it's just rubbing it in.
That's not it.
How about this? If you're really so keen on testing my abilities, why don't we have an actual debate? Yeah. My, is Mochi seeking retribution? I like how I was just gonna mispronounce Mochi too. My gosh. Your resolve is admirable, but I will admit I shall buckle under the might of my irrebuttable arguments.
Right.
Oh, it shall. I'll see about that.
Quite.
So, what will be arguing?
Perhaps.
Ah, yes, should Mochi let his hair grow out? I'm wondering if that would look good on him, actually, or not, huh? Or maybe, does Mochi look nicer when he isn't frowning so much? Maybe. I've got one that's even better.
It's simple.
Toshiko should lower her fan. Huh?
Okay.
I'll argue affirmative, you argue negative. We each get 15 minutes of preparation. Since there's only one of me and only one of you, we'll need to perform 4 speeches each. 4 what? You're making this very professional when this is literally, the conversation is definitely so not. Affirmative constructive will go first, then negative constructive, and then we'll switch before rebuttal. And then there'll also be forced as a cross-examination. Cross-examination? Man, you definitely don't know your references.
Right.
You seem well versed in debate, so you should already know what that means.
Jeez.
I don't actually have to explain it to you, do I?
Of course not.
Of course not, haha. It's just...
Never mind.
Are you gonna accept the challenge? It has suddenly occurred to me that my presence is needed elsewhere. I will take my leave, haha. Hee hee ho ho. Oh ho ho. And just like that, she's off. I wasn't even serious about debating her. Wow, that's an interesting way to leave it off for now for her FTEs, actually. Just mess with her right back, actually. That's funny. Page 3 Toshiko's report card has been updated. She wanted to test my debating abilities and made me attempt a couple of tongue twisters. When I suggested we hold an actual debate, she was eager to accept, but quickly chickened out once I began explaining the rules. Or maybe she just didn't want to debate lowering her fan. Mostly that, probably. It's interesting that we have 2 characters who just don't want to show their entire face for one reason or another. Probably just for her sake, it's mostly just she wants to appear as elegant as possible, and maybe just like maybe just from her heritage, actually. It's actually weird to think about, because like I think someone in the Discord, unless I misheard this honestly, and that's completely wrong, that all the characters are American, or at least born in the USA, but like their families honestly like were from different nationalities. So, even though like Grace has an Australian accent in some cases, like like the accent like dips in and out depending on how she's feeling. I'm wondering everyone probably just has like different families that grew up in different nationalities and grew up from there actually. So it's interesting to see. Definitely feels like for Toshiko that all that she talks about is either like her job, like to be a matchmaker, or literally just how these FTEs are going, that she wants to like at least have a bit of fun or give like some like nice, not even just like flights of fancy to the people to like make them have fun, or just like to lower their guard a bit more so like everyone is having like that kind of fun. That's what it feels like to me anyway. That's how she always tends to come across, and if she isn't able to do that, she like gets a bit saddened by it. It feels like that's exactly what her whole personality is. It's probably gonna be what the rest of her FTEs are gonna be about as well. But I wonder exactly the ending bit would just be all from her literally finally getting a break into, I guess, Damon, or literally they come to maybe some sort of consensus. I'm actually wondering for some of these characters, like, if there even is a way for Damon to actually be on like, friendly terms with them by the very end. Especially since some of them, like, probably, like, distrustful from the outset, are gonna be very much more argumentative. Like, I'm wondering exactly how, like, Damon and Winona are gonna talk a bit. Like, she's a bit, like, what was it? I won't say cutthroat, but a tiny bit blunt. So I'm wondering exactly how that would go. I don't think they'll be that, aggressive towards each other. But, like, definitely, like, they're just no nonsense. So, I wonder if any of these are gonna end with not even just a situation of like, Damon actually comes to agreement with them, or literally they just come to like, okay, I don't like how you're doing this, but fine, okay, I respect you in doing these other things. Like, that'd be an interesting and more organic way for at least his character actually to completely like finish talking to someone. That'd be interesting to see. I kind of hope that is actually. Honestly, the more I think about her, the more she comes off as trying to bring out people's whimsy, honestly, or trying to bring out, like, as she, like, jokingly mentioned during, when we were exploring this pharmacy area for the first time, trying to bring out maybe a soft side from, Damon. Like, she was talking and joking about, like, eels and stuff like that, and, like, she even, like, basically just said that you aren't supposed to talk about this, you're supposed to, like, do this, or talk about your own fears. I'm assuming that she was implying, or whatever else. But he took it a different way, because he's always a mocking or insulting kind of person, which it's kind of funny its own way. It's actually interesting that we'll see, like, maybe we should try to, like, bring out or, like, talk more about a more fantastical, or at least, you know, more, like, fun, whimsical stuff, honestly. Be nice to see. With Toshiko's FTEs done, why not go to someone closely related? Someone who's roommates with her. They do pair up like quite well, and I've seen people talk about how it's almost like either Ingrid actually is like taking up as a sort of like big sister role or like a guardian figure, honestly, and like what was it from the sound of it? If like dates are right of when this game takes place, it means Ingrid recently just turned into adult when all this stuff happened, and now it feels like just from a laundry scene. And just from how she's talking to everyone else and trying to like be, I wouldn't say like a leadership role, but like more definitely a caretaker. That she's like putting herself into this pedestal, trying to take care of as many people as possible, at least on a small scale. Like Diana definitely wants to keep group unity together as much as she can, but like I would classify Ingrid as more the caretaker role, honestly. Like, to make sure, like, the smaller things in that check are just, like, have some fun, honestly. Like, this is probably, like, definitely some people to cast, which I don't really have too much thoughts or opinions on, so I kind of hope these, change as we go along through them. Look at this little nice printer they got going on over here. Now that she mentions it, I haven't seen a printer in ages. Not anything that big. Oh, look, there's the little, the Eden Garden Academy logo. Nice. I don't think I've ever been back in the same room since we investigated. Oh, there's your lion pin. Oh, it's, like, on your bag, like, usually. I've seen people say, like, hers is a lion, which I never really, went against, honestly. It seems to fit her well, but, like, Didn't realize it was like right below, like where you would probably see it, huh? What's this Academy? It's technology. Sometimes it's outdated, sometimes it's modern. Like, so these printers are very old-fashioned, okay? But wristwatch holograms are completely fine. I will never let go of that. How frustrating that it can't be hooked up to anything.
I see.
I didn't realize that was a question. Okay, well, I'll make a suggestion. Maybe it connects to our Tozu trinkets?
Golly!
Gosh, now aren't you clever? Let's try it out. Ingrid and I tried to see if a connection could be established between the printer and the Tozu trinket. Oh, I thought you meant the... Oh, those are Mara bucks. Like, I'm still thinking coins. Like, literally. Well, did you manage to figure it out? No? Doesn't seem like the Tozu trinket can do anything. We can't jam it straight through the screen to actually connect it like Bluetooth. Ugh. Red teeth all over now. Maybe the printer is just for show. Wow. Lame.
Come on.
Whoever behind this is one nasty prankster. Getting our hopes up just for it to be a little applesauce. Was the printer really that exciting? It's small and it's amusing. It's just as exciting, okay, Damon? Again, we just got off Toshiko. Where's your whimsy? And I don't mean the last Mimsy, like, even though it's a good story and movie. Whimsy. Would you like to give Ingrid a present? Yes, what would she like? Let's see. Wait, does she like the cuddler? Like, everyone likes the cuddler, but what would she like? What would she like out of all this? Like my mind my eye just immediately caught on to the deadly alcohol scotch up there. Let's see. Would you like this? No, you don't have an opinion about it. Let's see. You like cowboy hat, and I know for a Fetch and Undershell Yellow reference, I absolutely adore it, but I'm It's either I give it to you or Desmond. Now I want to give it to him later. Like, what would be good for you? What would you like? Dumbbell would be fine, I guess. None of like so far, just looking at the presents, seeing him some of the synopsis, my brain doesn't like jump out to any of them to give to you, honestly. You sure know how to charm me.
I'll take good care of you.
I can't accept something like this and not give anything in return. So how's about you and I spend some time together? Ingrid, love your present. Spare time.
Howdy.
Howdy. So what have you been up to since we got stuck in this place? Living, breathing, existing, eating. Nothing productive. Mostly sitting around thinking to myself. Being productive in a place like this does seem next to impossible.
Ugh.
It's slightly annoying. I don't want to lose my edge. And again, why does fucking Wolfgang get all the actual legal textbooks, but Damon doesn't? All those on his shelf are fake, unless we weren't able to actually look on the books in Wolfgang's room in the investigation. Like, why? Why? Why are we the one left out?
Oh.
Edge? And my abilities. Oh, like your debating abilities. Among other things, yes. What are those other things?
Just the worst.
I took a break from debating competitions in order to attend Eden's Garden Academy. But that didn't mean I was going to take a break from training. If I don't train, I'll start to deteriorate. It's actually more and more interesting. We're actually getting a mixture of Damon's backstory interspersed with everyone else. Instead of like normal protagonists like we don't want to talk about ourselves. We're boring. We don't want to talk about it. Any question that goes towards it that implies the person wants to know more about us, nah, deflect. Deflection away. Like, I think at some point I mentioned that Damon seemed like a boring person. I don't even know where I got that. Mostly just like he's an interesting character, but probably just like, I want to know more of his backstory is what I was going for. So, even if like there's not much here, like just small bits of characterization as well. And again, like, oh yeah, I don't remember if I remember this, if I said this or commented on more, but like, his mom made this jacket with the green triangles and stitching, honestly, on the back, and he was actually really miffed and actually annoyed that Tozu, like, actually made several copies of that same outfit and jacket, and, you know, and just put it in his wardrobe, honestly. Something that his mom made, and he wears all the time, even to official debates, honestly, including, like, the announcement trailer from the game. Like all those years ago. Like, he really cares about his parents or his mom at the very least. Ooh.
Wait just a sec.
Nonsense. Whatever training you've done just won't go away in a blink of an eye. Unless you're kept in here for a few years, although that won't happen.
Right.
What about you? Blacksmithing must be physically assertive. Do you have to exercise, or can you like make something smaller, honestly? If you don't maintain the physique you currently have, it'll be hard to pound metal. You should worry about yourself more. Oh please, I'll never stop worrying about others. It's in my blood. So you're not concerned about staying in shape? Eh? Of course I am. Then how do you tend to stay in shape? Jogging, jumping jacks. I gave you dumbbells. It's not like there's a gym in this building. The fact that you say that in this FTE means to me that a gym is never going to be in here. Or she dies before the gym actually opens. I'm now just taking metatextual clues for the FTEs as well into hand. Oh no. Actually, thinking about it, like I thought like Desmond would definitely die in the first chapter. I think he'll be alive for a bit longer. And thinking about it, I have an expectation that either Jean or Ingrid actually will die in the second chapter. Some sort of like thing to show how serious it is. Like even the strong people can't even can't even protect themselves and add more anxiety and paranoia. Honestly, like it would match up well, and also maybe kick the whole like the strong person dies in the fourth chapter thing, which again I hope none of them like none of the other chapters like do in any sense. Like a double kill is gonna happen, not chapter 3. It'd be actually fucking terrifying actually if it was the next chapter or 4, or it's actually the final murder trial before I guess the quote-unquote investigation happens, which Now why would I need a gym? Why would I need a gym? I don't need some fancy gym to stay big and strong. Just a healthy diet and a little exercise.
You think?
This place doesn't have a wide range of foods. Do they have eggs in the fridge? Protein.
Help a lady out, will you?
Let me ask you something. What's the most important nutrient your body needs? Do you not know?
Come on.
Of course I know. I'm just curious about your answer. Alright. Most important nutrition for the body. That's an easy enough question. I kinda want to choose wrong now. Well, wouldn't water, I guess, be essential, honestly? But man, okay, now I'm stuck, honestly, of what I want to choose wrong. Calcium. That seems the most out of nowhere thing. I actually want to see all these like bad answers, please.
It's simple.
It's calcium. Calcium is good for the bones, but there's something even more important. How could I mess this up? Because you're stupid, I'm controlling your brain. I can't tell if you mean actual like food, or you're just talking about what the body, no matter what, needs. Water? Like both these feel the same.
I know.
Obviously it's potassium.
Wait just a sec.
Potassium is mighty important. Okay, so I knew right. You just need water. So if there's a motive where the water supply gets cut off, then this FTE gets even worse. Gets even worse. I've seen one like Fangarump honestly do that in a written thing recently. Oh, its chapter is almost done for this trial actually. Like, oh my gosh, like it's still a continued thing of a different spin to Starvation, I guess, motive from the second DR game, but it's still interesting. Like just seeing everyone panic and also try to fill up as many like bottles of water, like use the pool to like have clean drinking water before everything like slowly goes down and everyone really just have to share the last few like remnants of water there are left in the whole place. I'm pretty sure at that point they'll just be raiding the juice cartons and milk, honestly, and anything they can get their hands on the fridge, honestly. Potassium is mighty important. If you don't get enough of it, your muscles will turn all weak. And yet it's still the most important nutrient. Nutrient? You make it sound like... Oh, if you get one wrong, you can choose the other one again. I want to choose the other one again. Get wrong twice. It's in the same answer. Yeah, it's the same thing again. Sad. Okay,
Focus.
fine. Water's the most important.
Now would you look at that?
Staying hydrated is the key to a healthy mind and body. That's where I gotta give this place some props. The top water here is the best water I've ever drunk. Oh my, is it as good as the well water, honestly? All the mighty earth and like minerals and nutrients from the well and the cobblestone walls, just taking it up by a crank with a bucket and slurping it all down. Delicious, tasty. Like, what was it? I'm trying to think. Oh god, now I'm trying to rank tap and like normal drinking water actually now. God, I never had like those like fancy get a filter and put onto your faucet type of water, so I can't say anything much about that, but oh god, I'm blanking honestly the best kind. Like, oh, I like some of the fountain water at some of the schools, honestly. I don't know why, I just like it a lot.
Golly.
And the food, gosh, it's like a little part in my mouth. Ingrid's practically bouncing with excitement at this point.
That's...
I don't see how you can maintain your muscles through diet alone.
Tisk.
That's why I said a healthy diet and a little exercise. Well, what kind of workouts do you do then? Just give me 20 minutes and a floor to sit down on, and I'll do the old one too. Sit-ups or push-ups? Squats, push-ups, sit-ups. You don't need gym equipment for a good workout.
You think?
What about weightlifting? We just gave her dumbbells, Damon, you fucking moron! Oh, I just look for the heaviest thing I can find. Hey, look, a printer's right here! Which is usually one of our classmates. Who is the heaviest? Okay, no, I want to know now. Would it just be like I just want to know heaviest, 145, 230, anything? Oh yeah, I forgot. Jet is a bit overweight, so okay, who can beat him? 272. No, Jet is the biggest contender, honestly. Now, oh wait, I think I actually seen maybe someone do a comic about that. Just literally just asking Jet and just lifting up as a workout and just cheering. Woo! God.
No.
What? Have you actually been using people here as barbells? Jet will have a blast of that, honestly. Let me tell you, they're some of the politest barbells I ever met. And those same people are completely okay with it. I don't know if she talked to anyone else, but Jet, I know for a certain fact he would get a kick out of it.
Think this through.
Now to think about it, I never asked you, have I? Can I lift you up?
Huh?
Huh? Damon, how much do you weigh again? 145. Actually, let me take a look at your student profile.
Take this seriously.
This is the barbell stuff. Don't even bother trying to convince me.
Say what?
Really? I'll treat you to lunch if you help me out. What? Nope. What do you mean treat? Are you just gonna make food? Okay.
Not good enough.
Such a party pooper. Well, I'll respect your wishes. Can't be crossing another person's boundaries after all.
Bit complicated.
Also, it says here you're 145 pounds, which is just shy of what I'm looking for. Thanks for the compliment. Jeez, I say one thing this late, next thing I know, she's asking me to be a human barbell. She's definitely way too cordial for someone stuck in a killing game. Oh, I guess she can be, considering how fit she is. If anything, to be more conscious around her. She could overpower me instantly if she wanted. Be friends with her so she never thinks to do that. If you want to be that pessimistic. I'm very cynical, but I don't think I'm that pessimistic. Ingrid Grimwall. She does all sorts of exercises to keep her body in shape, including weightlifting. When I asked her what she could possibly be using as weights in this killing game, she said the other students have volunteered themselves. Fortunately, I'm too lightweight to be one of her human barbells. Didn't she just say, like, she wanted, like, someone who's a bit, I guess, more lightweight to actually carry? Like, I'm pretty sure you and Diane actually are the same exact pounds, honestly. Oh my gosh, actually looking at this and thinking about it a bit more, it's actually interesting that the both of you are actually, like, right next to each other in the profile lineup, honestly. Man, I'll talk about Diane when we get to her, but that's actually really interesting. Really interesting. I see you're in the laundromat. I think what was it like? Oh yeah, this morning we had to do like laundry stuff, honestly. Technically in-game. This is technically the end of the day before the Tozu boiler room rendezvous. Ooh, I'm plumb tuckered out. It's not like me at all. Guess I should hit the hay early.
Hiya.
Ah, hiya, Damon. How's your day going? Fine, I guess. You're just about to take a nap?
Oh.
You don't sound too good, hon. Got any grime bothering you? Oh, no? If you ask me there's a problem? Sure. Depression. The killing game is bothering me, obviously.
Too much for me.
It sure is a mood killer, the whole thing. Make me feel like a fresh old worm caught in a midsummer night flood. I love all of these little phrases and sayings, honestly, from her. It's just, it's fun. It's really fun.
That's...
Which means it's a kick in the rear. You know, startled. I'm having some trouble getting used to this new place of ours. Can't imagine why.
I'll take good care of you.
I tend to wear it though. A lady like me has got to be strong for the youngins. Yeah.
Right.
If you say so. Yeah, like I wonder like if anything happens to her, like maybe an arc for her honestly is like maybe she breaks down a tiny bit of like trying to put a lot of responsibilities onto herself. That's like definitely the reason she's trying to be like that close honestly as well to Toshiko as well. Is there anyone, I guess, younger than her in the cast? Would you give Ingrid a present? Yes. What else would she like? What else she would like? What would she like? Do you like shades? No. Aw, dang, you don't even like that. What would you like? Oh, snapdragons, but like, let's see, what else? Lint roller, a must-have for anyone trying to get rid of those pesky hair strains. The red hair that's all over the floor in a certain dorm room after a certain crime happened. Obviously, everyone will like this gift. There you go. It just feels weird to give like cleaning supplies to someone who like, sure they like doing I guess small chores honestly, but it just feels a bit condescending. I think that's another reason that like it kind of it's not bad, but it kind of like what is the word? Irked me? I don't know what's a better word for that when remember just like talking to I guess Kurumi in V3 honestly. You know, she says every time she likes doing that and she's fine like taking orders stuff like that from people before she died. I don't know, it just made me uncomfortable. You sure know how to charm me.
I'll take good
with
care
a
of
lint
you.
roller? Okay. I can't accept something like this and not give anything in return. How's about you and I spend some time together? That's some you're like one of those people who like maybe what was it? I guess love language or even like just her friends or just some I guess relationships. You just like spending time with people because you keep bringing it up honestly.
Hiya.
How's everything going, darling?
Darling?
That's literally just normal, I think it's like normal southern slang, honestly. I'm pretty much, everyone, like, says something to that same effect. Like, honey, sweetums, honestly, and diners, honestly. What's wrong? You don't need to use pet names. Oh, you're from the north, like me. Pet names? Come on now. Have you never been called darling before? Well, I have, but only by my parents.
No.
Aw, really? Well, ain't that cute?
Stop.
Don't use that word. Nah, smirk, blush. Ah!
Say what?
What word? Cute? Why don't you like it? Is there a name your folks use?
Just stop it.
I don't want to talk about it. What? Where are you getting the cute association from, honestly?
Come on.
Come on now. You really gotta act like that? Or like, did you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend before, honestly, that said like called it before, honestly, or I don't know, like a crush, I guess. Although I don't know if like I sound a bit like just a bit antisocial, so I don't know if anyone would do that. Or like there's definitely that one person who just like talking to you but you push them away, honestly, from the sound of it. Don't think I can't see what's going on. What? Your folks will put a roof over your head and food on your plate and show you all the love in the world.
Not good enough.
And yet y'all act like it's something to be embarrassed over. I have no idea what you mean.
How old are you?
I'm talking about you acting all funky about your folks' affection. Oh, we're actually going to talk about Damon's family and home life? Ooh! Okay, I'm actually glad I brought the whole thing with the jacket now. The nicknames? You may not want to hear it, but a couple nicknames aren't gonna hurt you.
Mind your manners.
It sinks straight into my skin. It's name-calling, but in the opposite sense. It warms my heart too much. Stop. How about you stop thinking about yourself all the time and start appreciating your folks instead?
Hey.
The hell? Of course I appreciate my parents. If it wasn't for me, they'd...
Focus.
They'd what? Never mind. Huh? Forget it.
Anyways.
Anyway, stop making assumptions about parents. Okay, oh, this is slowly going to that, actually. Ooh. Oh, he made a slight slip up there. Ooh. Anyway, stop making assumptions about my parents. I don't know what your issue is, but leave my family out of it.
Think this through.
Right. I did jump to some conclusions there. I'm sorry, Damon. Why are you so invested anyway?
Right.
In my family. You haven't even told me anything about yours.
Well,
My folks?
Wowie.
They taught me everything I know about blacksmithing. Is it like a family business type of thing? Or like they had a hobby with it and then you pass it on and like started taking like I guess sword and armor commissions, I guess.
Huh?
Your parents are both blacksmiths?
How should I put
My
it?
bloodline's got a long history of the craft. The blacksmithing business I run back home was founded by my ancestors some 200 years ago.
Jeez.
200 years? It's a family legacy! I've heard of businesses being around for 100 years, but 200? And for a blacksmithing business of all things? If you're curious, I can show you the family business one day.
Now, would you look at that?
It may not be the homely little shack it used to be, but I think it'd make it and my ancestors proud. As nonsensical as it all sounded, I highly doubt she has what it takes to pull off a lie. So I had no other option but to believe it. Meh, I took you all out of sorts. 200 years of blacksmithing, huh? That's a pretty intimidating legacy to live up to, let alone bring to the modern age. Like 1800 top of my head if this game takes place in 2023, right? Ingrid may have passion for the craft, sure, considering how fast the world moves. Well, I think her ancestors' pride will be short-lived. Oh, you're okay then. That's wow, that's underhanded, dude. Way so fucking underhanded. God. When she noticed I was embarrassed over the pet names my parents gave me, she accused me of taking my parents for granted. How the hell did she jump to that conclusion? In order to steer the conversation away from myself, I prodded Ingrid about her family. She said her parents taught her how to be a blacksmith, and the business she runs back home has been around for 200 years. Huh. Oh, so that's like how the conversation went. Like, oh, they're talking about family stuff at the beginning. Well, I guess that's how it takes place. Like, I'm honestly over that. But like for pet names, honestly, I only consider that and think about that in terms of only like relationships. Honestly, like I'm you know, just like the sweet like words of endearment. Honestly, to another person. It is just interesting to how casual and a bit more happy Ingrid is. Honestly. Like, nothing really much jumps out to me from her, but just the fact that she is definitely a bit more, yeah, just a bit more, as the game puts it, cordial, honestly. Nothing much else. The detail about, like, her, like, family, like, having been in the business for a while, like, I don't know, I'm getting a slight, like, I guess, association connection with Sakura a tiny bit, but probably only just because of that. Like, a lot of them, like storylines for some characters like have a sort of like family lineage or legacy honestly to them, which is not quite new, but like that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Don't know if that has gonna have any correlation in the future. And you here hanging out with your business goody old roommate. Hi Toshiko, we couldn't talk to you here because you were spouting up some weird stuff that Damon couldn't even handle that day, so we're gonna steal your friend away. Oh, darling, mind coming back another time? I'm having a little chit-chat with Toshiko here. Indeed. Only miscreant like Mochi would ever dare to abduct my interlocutor. Why? Why? Don't let's be a Gula situation, honestly, from Birth Miko. Please. Please don't use these fancy words. Please. Please stop. Just please.
Hey.
Abduct? The hell are you talking about? I wasn't planning on doing anything. I don't even want to talk. I never want to talk. It's not my talent to debate or anything else. No, I hate talking. I hate discussing.
Help a lady out, will
And you wouldn't mind circling back later, Only if the kid leaves before then. Yeah, that's funny. You only get that, like, we're hanging out together thing from her, but not Toshiko herself. That's kind of funny. Like, we do have the rest of her FTEs, so we'll come back and circle back another time. Time travel. This pharmacy is just a hot spot, honestly. The gifts and the goddamn pachinko machine. Everyone wants a piece of that gaming action. And just looking at it now, I didn't realize it now, but out of everyone else, you can talk to 4 times, and a handful of only the Fun Squad. What was it? She's the only other person like who has 1 less FTE, mostly probably just because talking to Toshiko that 1 time, and that's it. So we only have like I think only half of her FTEs, and this is the last one. Interesting. I'm feeling a little guilty.
Hello?
Guilty? For not paying, of course. Paying for what? These clean supplies. They're exactly what you need, honestly, for your blacksmithing, honestly. Oh yeah, like your what was it? Your room simply like double as a talent lab. So do you have an anvil or I guess other equipment to actually use these clean supplies with? Honestly, You're making some pretty good stuff, honestly. If anyone asked you to help make it, if they give you that stuff, like you can if there's tools honestly in there, or it's only just vaguely related items towards town, nothing else. These clean supplies.
How should I put it?
Back home, I got my supplies from a sweet old granny running the local corner shop. And I know there's no granny to be found here, but I can't stop picturing her. She has all the latest and know-hows to get them the old, illegal, and expired tasty goods. Tasty, yes. Bleach. God damn it. Taking something from here feels like taking something from her, you know? Poor Ingrid looks so glum. But to give her a present? Yes, what would she like? Can we find something that's not like cleaning? Can we just please find something that she likes that's just not cleaning? That feels a bit too wrong. Well, a rose rapier actually looks cool. Oh, of course you would like that. It's actually like a sword. Okay, gotcha. What would you like? Oh, you like the goose. Yes. Oh, okay. I like you more now. Grab a duck illusion. I like that illusion. It's a classic one. Y2K glasses. Let's see, fake piercings. There's not a lot I can see around here that you like. Well, there's bug spray, but no, it's gotta be something else. Gotta be something else that you like. That's nothing like. Oh, snow globe. Trying to shake it too hard. Yes, it's a nice little quaint gift. Finally, something nice. No, aren't you a sweetheart? Thank you kindly. Ingrid liked the present. Aw. Like, I'm not gonna give her like a thing of like here's a cloth and a bug spray. Use it to clean your own stuff. Apparently, sure, it's for her town or whatever else. Or she just like use a lint roll honestly to clean some stuff. Honestly, that seems very, very patronizing. Ingrid, I got a question regarding your family business. It's gonna circle right back down to your family, Damon. I want to know more about your family.
Hiya.
Ask away.
Right.
You said it's been around for 200 years, right? That I did. How? Yeah?
It's simple.
Blacksmithing is old-fashioned. I find it hard to believe a business like yours could generate enough profit to stay afloat. Like, could there be like I don't know, my first thought honestly is like Hollywood, or like they probably ask for maybe like props, stuff like that for help? Maybe?
Not good enough.
Whatever happened to having a little faith?
Huh?
Back in the day, our family business used to be a real hot spot. Everyone in town was a regular. The only reason things changed was because all that mass production nonsense started happening. People decided it was more convenient to buy something slapped together by a robot and wait a few couple days for a quality Grimwall product. Are we getting into AI debate stuff now? Woohoo! That's exactly my argument.
Let's get going.
But as mucky as everything is right now, it will come out in the wash. I know I can make the world appreciate this blacksmith someday.
Right.
Well, how are you gonna do that? Well, I've been introducing a lot of changes since taking over the business. For starters, expecting people to commission us for basic goods just wasn't realistic anymore. Yeah, that, like, just only that and a steady supply of that, I don't think it's exactly gonna work too well. Like, unless, like, the only thing I can think of, honestly, is, like, when you're an artist. Like, unless you have, like, a job on the side, or, like, you have a great art style, or, like, a great style, then a lot of people want to, grab an idea from you, or you, like, have a really, really great work ethic, honestly. I don't think you can survive just off of commissions alone. Like, unless you have, people trying to come to you in droves, I don't think it's gonna work too well. I know the clients we did get always wanted something quirky. Things like armor, weapons.
How should I put
Made me
it?
think. If people wanted novelty items, why not make novelty items our brand?
Okay.
So turn the business to a novelty store? Well, yeah, I could see the appeal for that, actually. If everyone just keeps coming to you for that, then shift your focus towards that a bit more. And I guess maybe do some smaller things on the side, I guess, to gauge interest. A provider novelty services is what it is. Gotta be very technical about it. That's your slogan, apparently. That's the subtitle of the business. Sounds the same to me. Well, let me tell you, when I told my siblings about my plans, they knew just the thing to help. Auction websites. Oh, okay. Oh no, that's perfect actually. Oh, I didn't consider about that. Oh, I hardly go on like eBay and like other auction places. Honestly, I just prefer to just buy the thing straight out. I don't want to deal with that competition. Honestly, that's a really good idea. Really good.
Eh?
Bit complicated.
You see, I didn't know much about selling things online, but my siblings, oh, they're very savvy with the internet. They showed me the whole 1-2. How to set up a site, how to make an account for a business. Have you not used a computer before? What the hell was running from learning this stuff before?
That's...
And none of the owners before you had the idea to do any of this?
Oh,
Their folks always discouraged them. Changing how things were run was seen as a betrayal of sorts. Yeah, I immediately can just see that. Doesn't really surprise me. Tradition. How so?
if only.
My family's business has a motto: serve anyone and everyone. Appealing to a niche group of people met, well, ignoring the rest of the world.
Too much for me.
And the business was in a tight squeeze. Yeah, you had to make changes, honestly. If you're gonna buy, you gotta buckle down and actually turn things around somehow. Because of how fast things have been changing, the rest of the world had already gone and forgotten about us. If our workshop goes under, our family history does too. So I was left with a choice. Either I sacrifice one tradition to save the rest, or the entire Grimwall legacy faces the chopping block.
I see.
This family sure places a lot of importance in upholding traditions. To be honest, I felt real guilty at first. Things my siblings and I got to were so weird and wacky, completely unlike anything our relatives had done before.
Wowie!
Then, though, my first auction happened. An old fellow wanted one of my fireside accessories. A fireside accessory? I don't know what that is. He drove all the way out from north to come collect it.
No.
When he first saw our workshop, his eyes got as wide as saucers, and he begged me for a tour.
Yeah.
Sounds like you found your demographic. Right before he left, he thanked my siblings and I for giving him an authentic blacksmith experience. And the regret I've been feeling up till then, oh, I swear my soul at ease just a little bit.
Now would you look at that?
After that, I began receiving a steady stream of online buyers. Mind you, this has happened before the UTP recognized me. When I became the ultimate blacksmith last year, business more than quadrupled. So more people like, oh, I wonder if, like, the UTP, I never considered it, but I need to think about it more, honestly, since this game is definitely going to lean more into having a giant program actually recognize, like, students, honestly, for that, instead of just being, you know, symbols, honestly, just the pressure that comes with it, honestly, expectations along with it. Instead of how the other games kind of, like, did a sort of more of a cultural thing, like, actual like pros and cons of the UTP and like recognizing people for this at a young age. Like, oh, I need to think of that way much more, but like, yeah. I'm wondering if like when the UTP recognizes someone, they give like a giant, like a list actually, and would it really just be like like I guess a class list of like for Eden's Garden Academy? Probably several people, like a whole like giant group of people, not just 16, way more people, honestly, maybe over 100, honestly, just based on their hobbies, like eclectic or hardworking, or I guess well known, or how many awards or achievements they got. That would showcase exactly and give attention to the UTP, and then they would give them that, I guess, that title, honestly. I wonder if they probably have a giant list for it, since people can actually like see like who gets awarded the title online, and that gives, you know, obviously gives more interest, honestly, since people really look forward to the UTP, honestly. They're putting a lot of emphasis on that. Ooh.
No.
Wait, did you say... Yeah, sorry. Wait, did you say quadrupled? Mm-hmm.
Wowie!
If I can be perfectly honest, I appreciate the UTP for giving us traditional blacksmiths the spotlight. Aw. It's for sure made it easier to put food on my family's plates. Food on our family's plate? Huh? That's what your whole, like, oh, when you did debating stuff, did you win awards, honestly, for that, and it helped your family? Gosh. Yeah, I feel like when we actually get a chance to see more of Ingrid's, like, it's gonna be that whole connection, honestly. It feels that's where it's going to, then what was that? Like, unless, like, gosh, I'm trying to think now, like, who Damon would, like, hate, or, like, just does not like. probably maybe like if it was anything as big as Wolfgang's, honestly, like there's a slight dislike there. I don't know if they'll actually get like a sort of like closure or compromise unless something happens in that very last FTE of his. But like I can definitely see like the more he talks to Ingrid, the more he can just relate to his own, I guess, family experience, honestly. That's one thing I always enjoyed for an interesting protagonist, like must be able to bounce off of the rest of the cast in some ways, or literally they use the contrast or the contrast or similarities of the other characters to showcase more about your character instead of just going to pure just giant exposition. Like, oh, that's great. There's probably like several points in terms of characterization of some of the cast here, which either I'm looking at them in the right way, or like I just don't quite see a detail unless like it's told to me or just comes to me in epiphany. Then I'll completely gloss over until later. Determined to bring the family business back to its former glory, Ingrid introduced some major changes. She tailored her services towards very specific demographics, forgoing the business's long-standing pledge to serve anyone and everyone, and began running online auctions with the help of her siblings. Ingrid felt guilty for revamping parts of the business, but her worries were slightly eased when one customer thanked her for her work. Like, honestly, like, I didn't expect I would actually get... Like, this is really, like, nice little stories, honestly. Little anecdotes from her. I don't quite know if, like, has changed how I think of her, but, like, hopefully by the end of it, like, go through all these characters' FTEs, or the ones I can do, honestly, I get them, a slight thing so I can actually look at them and appreciate them more in the coming chapters, honestly. And with her, like, I don't think my pain has changed of her somewhat, but, like, I think I have a bit more appreciation towards her now. Just knowing like, what she's done, like, in a business sense, honestly. And changing things around as the, I guess, new head of the business, and changing things to, like, I guess she still does commissions, honestly, on the side, but she definitely more prioritizes and more advertises the novelty and the swords, armor, and stuff like that she keeps bringing up, honestly, to the whole rest of the wide world. And if anyone maybe asks her for, like, commissions, yeah, like, that would add more money to the table, but yeah. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. It's really kind of sweet. I'm actually looking forward to see how much more we learn both about her and her family as it goes along through, and I guess what little pieces we can pick up about Damon and his folks, because it definitely is implying that him doing debating tournaments and competitions actually helped, I guess, maybe put food on the table as well for his family as well. Like, he even does have a soft spot towards his own parents, honestly. Like, to the point of actually snapping back about it. Like, yeah. Toshiko was right, you are a big salty Damon. Since we've dealt with a caretaker as well in this group, why not go and talk to the pseudo next leader? He's definitely in that, he's definitely used to, he's literally a pirate captain. He's used to, commanding around a crew. So, I can probably see that maybe more people try to defer to Jean, honestly, after Wolfgang dies, honestly. What's the matter? Nothing, really. Intimidation. Or something else, if that calendar and Damon's reaction to it is any consolation. All calm waters, eh? Nice to see we haven't descended to chaos yet. Knock on wood. Well, my desk is made out of wood, so loud knock. Bang, bang. Is it worth staying here with Jean so close by? Oh, you're intimidated the same way, you kind of imply with Ingrid, too. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, you are a bit distrustworthy towards everyone else, honestly, in some capacity, man. Are we gonna get, FTEs where actually, Damon, starts some shit? Oh, my God, I would love it. Trying to ignore Jean as best I could while mingling about in this emergency room nearby him for no particular reason, I looked for something in the room to entertain myself with. Needles. Push it, push the syringe cylinder in, push it out. Wow, riveting stuff. Jean and I didn't exchange a single word. He likes the comfortable silence. Would you like to give him a present? Yes, I know the perfect one for him. If he doesn't like it, then I'll be very, very annoyed. Are you even really a true pirate captain? please. You don't like it? Oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you not like Big Mouth Barney Bass? God damn it. A plastic fish that sings a small selection of she santies. It will enthusiastically wave his tail to fit the rhythm of the song. I had one of these when I was a kid. And we used to have it like hang up on a wall when we had like a small like trailer. Like when we go on vacation to to a different state, and oh my god, I remember annoying my entire family the hell out of it just by kept pressing it over and over just to hear two different songs. I felt like the god damn, I'm blanking exactly what the songs are called, but I can still hear them so fresh in my mind even now. I love them so much. Okay, fine. What's a good consolation? You actually like fish? You have no opinion about fish? Man, you're out on the waters and you should be well used to fish. Well, I guess maybe if you're too tired of fish, you want something a bit different then. Okay, fine. Fine, I understand that here. And I like how no one does not dislike sushi. I would definitely be in a dislike category. I do not like any kind of seafood at all. I'm sorry. Zen garden. Oh, you like that? Ooh, nice. Oh, it's one of those things. Aww. A small, compact space to meditate. The sand from the garden can be raked into a round spiral, a rippled pattern representing the sea. Okay, no wonder. It's calming. There you go. You can keep it as a little souvenir in your room. Well, when you're rooming with Desmond anyway. Interesting. I'll take good care of it. You better. Jean, like your present. What brings you here, Damon? Just milling about, looking at all the emergency stuff, so in case if anyone gets gravely injured or keels over, I know exactly what to do. I take it there's a reason you want to talk to me. You're the one who initiated the conversation.
Are we ready?
Well, let's hear it. Okay, intense eyes. Damn, it can be really intimidating when he wants to be. You're, talent. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, sweat.
I see.
Come to call me a pirate again. Wait, did Damon call him a pirate, actually? I think he did, but I just remember Grace saying that most likely. He's still bitter over that? What was I heard you say earlier? That I dress like a stereotype?
That's...
I'm gonna get killed. I've been wondering about the implications of that. Is that you phrased it? You think a pirate is someone who dressed a certain way. Piratist. Not someone who commits actual thievery, yes? Yeah.
Atta boy.
Then we're on the same page. I'm not a pirate, nor are you. Unless you download illegally videos online, then I'm, You don't need to tell me that. If you swiped anything from a cookie jar when you were a kid, then you're definitely a pirate, though, Damon. At least I hope so. It would be a shame if you attempted to fool me with your unassuming appearance. Unassuming? I look unthreatening? Damon, if there's a gym when it gets unlocked, hit it. Do I look like a pirate to you? If we're going by clothing, no. I'd say you don't have the brawn for it either. You don't have the brawn for it, but, brains may be a toss-up.
Anyway.
Well, considering you're such an expert in pirates, have you ever met one before? What do you take me for, a rookie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, I guess, I was gonna say stereotypical, but probably more real-life pirates, so, like, people, like, try to pillage other, I guess, some, ships, honestly, and try to take them, goods and spices, I guess. Don't know the entire thing of, like, real-world stuff, but like, that's the sense I get, besides the obviously fantastical element, like, you know, from Pirates of the Caribbean, other, like, you know, similar kind of movies and fantasy stories. Asking me if I've run into a troublemakers is like asking a doctor if they've ever seen a hospital. So it's a yes. They could have just said that. He likes being dramatic and eloquent, Damon. Don't you like doing that, or you always just want to be no nonsense to the point? Man, sometimes it's not fun enough. That's not fun enough, Damon. Don't be such a sourpuss. Out at sea, you follow a life dictated by the tide. You can never predict what comes next. Only shield your mind and hone your skills.
You think?
What has it to do with anything?
It is how it is.
Danger. It all comes down to danger. Capital D.
Eh?
Eh?
Are we ready?
Let me tell you about the time I almost lost my life to the ocean. Drowned.
The hell?
You almost what now? Well, I can imagine there's at least one or two, like, near, like, life attempts, honestly. From the fucking Poseidon is a bitter bastard. On a particularly stormy day, my crew and I were tasked with a very, very special job. We're shipping important supplies. The journey would take us across the Mediterranean Gulf.
That's right.
It was a big ask. We only had a limited amount of time to do it. Needed everyone we could get. So with our forces on hand, we departed with about 50 people.
Bad news.
Rough waters are forecasted to some 3 or so days into the trip, which wasn't anything we were used to, and we lost 49 of them. When day 3 rolled around, Mother Nature had a last-minute change of plans. It was havoc, tsunami, hurricane, tornado, cyclone, all at once!
I'll be damned.
What was supposed to be rocky, but otherwise manageable waters is now a tsunami barreling straight towards us. Who the hell made the initial forecast? Him? When it struck, I was standing out on deck overlooking my crew as they evacuated inside. Suddenly, there came a crash. I had no chance to prepare myself. In seconds, the ship bowed under the enormous pressure of a tidal surge. And with a loud whoosh, I was flung right into the sea. Just Team Rocket blasted up again! Twinkle. What?
That's right.
That's right. Do you want to guess what happened next? I swam up.
Right.
I mean, you obviously survived, so no, I'm a ghost. How's about this? If you want to hear the second part of the story, come find me again later. It's a 2-parter.
Seriously?
You're leaving me on a cliffhanger? Aye, what better way to gauge someone's interest? If you're truly invested, then prove it to me. The pirate strolled past me and out of the room, his hearty laugh still audible from their side of the wall. What the hell? Since when did this become a game of cat and mouse? Did he just want an excuse to leave? It seems more logical than him truly believing I care about his story. And again, this guy isn't exactly the epitome of logic. The fantastical stories, Damon. Are you? If you like actually like talk to someone who's like a chronicler of like stories, tall tales and fables, are you literally gonna say this exact same thing to them, or what? What is? Why'd I talk to him? That's incomplete. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Page 2 is Jean's report card has been updated. Jean DeLamer. Jean began to recount the story of when he was flung overboard during a voyage, but came up with an excuse to leave right as he was nearing the climax. He seems to think ending his story in a cliffhanger will make me want to hear more of it. Unfortunately for him, I could care less. But we'll make you fucking care, Damon, because we're gonna go right the fuck after him once more. Are you still gonna be there? Oh, there you are. Let's go into the bake room. The bake room? Break room? Right next to my little plants on the walls. Honestly, don't eat them, they're fake. Jean was standing behind one of the countertops, fiddling with something in his hand.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Huh?
Ah, Damon. Seems you caught me. Caught him? He's trying to look into the plants. He's trying to get high!
That's...
What do you mean I caught you? Are you up to something? Something nefarious?
Ha!
Ha! Not. I'm just talking about my little experiment here. Jean held up the object in his hand, revealing to be a small flask filled with an inky substance. This is a new concoction. It's moonshine!
Eh?
I took a closer look at the countertop and noticed a large beaker that had been placed in the sink. He was trying to brew his own alcohol. Oh, the alchemy on display. Unlike the flask, it seemed to contain a pink liquid.
That's...
What is this? That's Pepto-Bismol.
Stand back.
Behold! Jean carefully tipped the contents of the flask into the beaker. Whoa. All of a sudden, a puffy, colorful substance erupted from the mouth of the beaker.
Chemistry, son.
Chemistry, son! Okay, I don't think I heard that line from you before. That's great. Elephant toothpaste. It never gets old. Elephant toothpaste? Is it actually toothpaste for elephants, or is that a nickname or slang for something else? Elephant toothpaste? Your guess is as good as mine, Damon. Seriously? You're just doing a stupid school experiment? Wait, that's a school experiment? I've never heard of that thing before. Or if I have in school, then I completely don't remember it. I don't remember a lot of things back then. When the elephant toothpaste finally lost steam, Jean cleaned up the mess he'd made. Toxic waste going down
How's
the
that
drain.
sound?
That's how you get revenge against Tozu and Mara. Just make the most sludgy, toxic waste concoction and just clog every single toilet and every sink and everything in the entire academy without breaking the rules. What did you think? Fun, eh? You need more whims in your life, Damon. Maybe we need to talk to Toshiko more when the next chapter hits. You need it. You need it. Would you like to give Jean a present? Yes. Okay, since you don't like apparently fish or you're just indifferent to it, then oh, you said you like what was it? Like the night sky. So like anything astronomy related? Astrology, astronomy. God, I can't remember which one is the horoscope stuff, the stupid horoscope stuff, or just actual like stars in outer space type deal. I can never get it right in my brain. Oh my gosh, a lot of you like this, well, except for Ava and Grace. Ugh. Star projector. Bask in the beauty of the night sky all day long. UFOs may or not be included. They just trap some small aliens in there. You'll see them if they just so want to like try to another attempt to get out of that stupid small snow globe. Yeah, you sure know me well, eh? They say Lady Luck smiles upon the charitable. Better keep your head up, mate, because you got a great day ahead of you. Well, I just read your profile and you just like the sky, so yeah. Sure.
How we feeling?
So, Damon, come back to hear more of my story, have you?
That's not important.
I don't care about this. I don't care about that.
Huh?
Is that so? Then why are you here? I just like mingling around here for no reason. Oh, you do?
Leave it to me.
Listen up, Damon. I got a riddle for you. I like riddles.
Eh?
A riddle?
Hold your horses.
I don't look so sour. It's an easy one, I promise. You don't like brain teasers, Damon? I thought it'd be up your alley. What is the cloth which binds my crew together? Just meant to be a teamwork analogy thing. The cloth, I don't think I've heard that one before, but that's an interesting one. What is the cloth which binds my crew together? The cloth which... What? Usually riddles are like in a roundabout fashion, honestly, like that. I remember seeing one where what was it? Like, I've seen riddles, honestly, of like, for example, a man walks into a room and stares at a clock on the wall. But it says the right time, but he doesn't know what time it is. Why is that? And the answer is, there's a whole bunch of more other clocks we didn't tell you about, but they're broken and they're wrong. And the one he just so happens to stare at right when he looks into the room is the right one, but he can't tell, obviously.
Are we ready?
Go on, tell me what you think. I don't know, sailing cloths?
Huh?
No clue?
I see.
Huh, I don't think such a simple riddle could best you.
It's not like
Just
that.
give me a moment to think, will you?
Ha
Oh, I eagerly wait your answer. Oh, is this gonna be a multiple choice thing? There's no way a guy like him can outsmart me. No. No way in hell, excuse me. What is the cloth which binds my crew together? Normally, I'd say the cloth is a metaphor for something abstract. That's what everyone first thought. But knowing this guy, he's probably using the word literally. The cloths that bind us and all that. Man, I need no more phrasing idioms to use all this together. In which case, the cloth is probably his pants. If it's probably literally, then I guess like, oh, is the headband actually like a sort of what is the word? Like, I don't know, outfit or calling card from anyone underneath him, like in his crew? I'm kind of curious about that first
I
off.
see.
Are you talking about your headband, correct? Ryan the treasure. The treasure? I thought you said you didn't like being called a pirate. He's really not helping the pirate allegations. He'll never get out of this one. He'll be canceled on Twitter soon.
Aye.
Us seafarers, we'd like to make sure we match. It could be a headband we all wear, or a necklace. Either way, it's a sign of our solidarity. So, I mean, does it mean the rest of the crew is going to be wearing an anchor necklace? I mean, I've seen someone who has an ankle bracelet in their arm, but that's not here nor there. I'm not going to talk about it here. And when meeting strangers, a handy way to communicate who we work for. Who they work for? So did you just order your headband online or in bulk? Ah, of course not. We make them ourselves. Ooh, nice. All you need to do is cut some cloth, dye it, sew some details here and there. I didn't take them from the arts and crafts type.
How's that sound?
For new members of our crew, making their headband is a rite of passage. That's in the test of faith. Patience. Patience.
Come again?
Test of faith? If you can like, sew a thing together without poking and bleeding your hand torn to pieces.
That's right.
It's, how do I put this? New members, we hang them upside down with their feet using rope. Then we slowly drift them closer and closer to the water. What kind of newfangled hazing technique is this?
Huh?
What?
Stand back.
A demonstration will probably help explain it. Nope! A demonstration. Run! He's been caught. He's gonna die. Dang, this was a really short game. Before I knew it, the world around me. Please, should the word upside down, please. Wait, oh my god, please. I would love a CG for just this, honestly. Please. Please. I know, like, the room John can, like, talk about this whole... If he would change where he is in the chapter, but please, I need to see this. Jean was holding me up upside down on my ankles. What the? Put me down! You'll be fine. I reckon you got a few more minutes in you before the blood goes down to your brain and kills you, knocks you out cold. Now, imagine the ocean waves directly below you, kissing the top of your scalp. I'm pretty sure my hair would just be dipping straight into the water by this point. How is this supposed to build faith? It sounds like you're trying to drown these people. Aye, that's the trick. We bring them down as close to the water as possible. Hazing. A sailor knows their captain and crew would never feed them to the fishes. Not a million years until some rabid new sea creature comes up and takes a big bite. Everyone in my crew has gotten their scalps wet many times over just to prove their royalty, including myself. I'm getting lightheaded. Ah, right. My god. Brilliant. Brilliant. In one swift motion, I was placed back on my feet. 360, baton spin.
Bad news.
Seems like you wouldn't pass the test of faith. Sorry, lad. But I'm pretty sure it lasts longer than that, but okay. Yeah.
Seriously?
I wasn't even asking to be tested.
I hear ya.
Look. Since I pulled a fast one on you, I'm up for a little friendly fire. Punch to the gut.
No.
Are you asking me to do to you what you did to me? I don't know, grab some rope. I'm pretty sure anyone who walks straight into here would think, the wrong thing, though.
Hi.
If you want, but there are millions of ways you could try and make things even between us. Until next, haha! The pyro was once again first to leave, laughing just as hardly as he did last time. This guy. What the hell was his problem? Picking me up and embarrassing me like that? Who does he think he is? Realistically, I couldn't just do the same thing he did to me. But if I don't retaliate, that also will get a last laugh. I need to fucking prank him back. What's the next best prank, honestly, to give to him? I can't let that happen. I can't be upstood. FTE complete. Page 3 of Jean's report card has been updated. Oh god. Oh geez, what happened? I'm just skipping through text. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Oh my god, I'm blind. Damon, what happened? Did you spill bleach on you when you were hoisted upside down in the goddamn pharmacy test tubes? No, what happened? Jean's crewmates had to complete a rite of passage, namely sewing their own headbands before proceeding to what he calls the test of faith, being held upside down over the hull of his ship and lowered until their scalp touches the seawater. In order to demonstrate what he meant, Jean picked me up and held me upside down by my ankles. When he saw how pissed that made me, he said it could make things even between us. Prank time, prank time, prank time. He goddamn blinded us, so we're gonna do 2 times worse back. It's still blind, I can't see! I'm still blind, I can't see! The blackout happened sooner than it did in this chapter. Oh my god, I can't see a thing. 1 second. Oh, now we can see briefly. Okay, then. Leaving turns the lights back on. Wait, okay, good. I thought, like, we couldn't see it in the hallway for a second. Go back in. I see some small graphical glitches when I speed through tasks to get past what was it, Damon and Ava talking into the laundry scene. But I'm like seeing like the corridor and like Damon's room, like sort of in between, like the camera was like moving from there to his room real quickly because I keep speeding through the text and I got blind for a second. Like that's so funny to look at, honestly. What if we just look at it right now? We can't even click it. We're not interested in it. Gosh dang it. It actually looks like a really cool, like a secret door, honestly. I'm so curious if we can get like a chapter where like either Damon like near the end of the game snaps and like decides to kill someone, and just like a whole entire class trial where he tries to frame someone else or tries to legitimately prove that he couldn't have done it, and it succeeds and we win, but then something else happens with Tozu and Amara at the end of the game. Oh my god, I don't know if this game will do like a multiple endings thing or not. Like, oh my god, I would love that so much if we see a killer Damon, honestly. Like, his personality, depending on how his arc goes, the chapters would be so perfect for it. Like, imagine just like he actually finally gets close to someone else, and then literally by the very end, every single person he allied with was either killed off, betrayed him, and then he slowly just gets more inclined to, I just need to get the fuck out of here before I'm targeted next, honestly. I would so love to see that. I just don't want to protect switch. He is too good to, like, he's too good as a protagonist for this game to, like, swap over to something else. He better not die. He better not die until then. He better not. I admire Jin Cassidy's rigor. Bringing people together in times like these is no easy task. Those two would make fine additions to my crew, especially Cassidy.
It is how it is.
Much as I love my mates, too much testosterone can be a problem. It's a sausage fest.
Eh?
You have no women in your crew?
Aye.
Strangely enough, no. It's because my crew is... What do people say? YMCA at sea? If I'm thinking what I'm thinking is right, then oh my god, that's amazing. I don't understand any of it. He's completely oblivious, oh my god. You understand, Damon?
Are we ready?
Oh, it makes so much sense if you do. Anyway, that game tournament sounds like a mighty fine idea. And you'll join tomorrow! There's just one issue I have. One issue? No partner! What would that be? I'm out of practice! Oh, there's that too, I guess. You're not a... You said you have an arcane in your ship, though. Oh my god. I haven't played a video game since... Well, must have been years ago. That doesn't surprise me.
Aye.
I have played plenty of sailor games during voyages, so maybe those could help. Sailor games? I want to know what these so-called sailor games are. Jean recounted stories of his crew hitting each other with spoons, throwing billiard balls at empty beer mugs. Wait, aren't those all just variations of popular party games? The billiard balls, thing is a weird alternative.
That's right.
Wait, you have a fucking billiards table on your ship? One of my favorites has to be Round the Sandbar. We go around with a fiddle in our hands, trying to make the others laugh with our song. Whoever laughs first ends up in the sandbar, and then you have to play the fiddle. That doesn't sound very competitive.
I hear ya.
Just have to help us pass the time. Isn't that how all games turned out? Having a merry time with your chums? Not when Cassie's involved, that's for sure. You're just a hater, Damon. You're just a big ol' hater.
Haha.
She'll come around. Maybe she can play down to us. Haha. What? Would I give John a present? I don't even understand if you're trying to make a joke there, but please, anything to get out of the awkwardness, please. Okay, but since you like star stuff, Star Spangled Banner, star-studded very studded. There's, soothing nature sounds. Ooh, nice. A cassette containing a collection of bird songs, rainfall, whales, and crashing waves. Okay, I love listening to like white noise or rain, honestly. My favorite is literally just like listening to videos at night when I'm like it's like ASMR of like someone laying down in their car at night and just hearing the rain just like plink down on top of the windows, honestly, or the ceiling of the roof of the car. Oh, it's great. It's brilliant. So you're yes, you like this? Nice. Telescope. Your one-way ticket to exploring the endless night sky. And the closest most people will get to intergalactic travel. For a few more decades at least. Sad we'll never, I won't be able to see space travel in my lifetime. Let's still go a cryogenic space pod. Which I don't really feel compelled to do at all. Not a bad find, my friend. Now what to do with it is the question. Jean, like your present.
Hi.
Jean, I have a pie for pranking.
Huh?
I have a proposition. We should make smoothies. Do we have a blender in the kitchen? Smoothies, huh?
Atta boy.
Not what I expected to hear from you, but who might have turned down a drink?
Yeah.
So let's go to the kitchen. Yeah, nothing bad here. Well, you're just trying to sneak into like did you set something up beforehand? Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Please.
Okay.
I'll go get the ingredients. You can take out the equipment.
Leave it to me.
Oh shit. Sounds like a plan. I'm assuming he's meant to be there and then fade out, but oh my god, he just vanished. Damon, you need to check your eyesight, get glasses, get contact lenses. Oh my dear god. Blinding and also seeing ghosts, actor images, doppelgangers, let's swap a speedster like Monokuma in the first game. Seeing doubles. Jean turned his back to me and began sorting through the cabinets. I opened the pantry door and began to search the shelves for fruit. Within moments, my eyes landed on a basket of pears. Pears? I had never heard of a pear smoothie. They feel soft when I touch them. Squish, squish. On the other side of the kitchen, Jean still stood with his back to me, absorbed in a cord he was trying to untangle. Alright, that's my chance. I need to use the syringe and inject hot sauce into the pear. Keep my eyes on him. I grabbed one of the pears and squished it into my hand. Then I drew my arm back and threw the pear at Jean. It's just like a honk. What? He caught it. Just as the pear was about to hit him, Jean spun around the spot and without even blinking, caught the fruit with one hand.
Huh?
Why did you throw a pear at me? Oh, that's right, friendly fire. You're supposed to let it hit you then. Ah, good effort, mate, but you have to try harder than that to one-up me. Breaks down.
Huh?
What is it?
The hell?
How did you move so fast? How did you hear me? The airwaves.
Take a breather.
A ship captain's always gotta be ready for anything. Wouldn't want to be slow in the draw when the weather decides to be unpredictable. I learned that the hard way. Man, I honestly, just from this alone, I kind of, sort of in a weird way, kind of expect that you should be a victim and somehow someone surprised you. Or so many different things, like, literally disorientate you and then kills you because of that. I don't know, like, just seeing it, like, if he dies in the next chapter, whether he's a victim or not, like, he feels overpowered. Too overpowered. But he shouldn't die in the chapter 4. Not at all. No.
Huh?
Like, when you got thrown overboard?
That's right.
Ah, so you do remember.
That's...
Only because you alluded to it. Implications.
Aye.
Well, regardless, case in point, eh?
No.
No, there's a world difference between being a ship captain and doing what you just did. You're a super mutant human.
Hold your horses.
I'd say it all stems from the same school of thought. School of thought? I didn't realize, like, going to philosophy, like, learning all about that and meditation teaches you to be Super Saiyan. That doesn't even make any sense.
There must be something.
There must be something you're not telling me. Are you trained in martial arts or something?
That ain't it.
Martial arts? Not that I know of. It's in the blood. Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, actually. Is this gonna be a thing where, like, slowly we just learn, I guess, more, like, FTEs for each of them, like, it's either, like, ingrained into them? Honestly, it just had this sort of, like, implications, honestly. Because, like, so far it seems like we don't know too much about Toshiko's talent herself because she's mostly the whimsical, like, going through, like, just talking about whimsical stories, honestly. So talking about her own self and what she's been doing. But so far, it feels that the FTEs we've seen, it feels like it's everyone either, like, really had a family member really help them get involved into the town itself, or, I don't know, literally they just had a knack for something or another and that led to the town itself instead of the sound of it, Damon just working hard at it right now. I guess Ava's also another one. Which, that's gonna be really weird to think about if everyone else is, like, naturally talented like that, but Ava and Damon are the two who literally had to work their asses off to get to where they are. Huh. That'd be an interesting comparison. I'm just quick in the draw.
Hey.
As a ship captain, do you seriously think I'll believe that?
Ha ha!
Not sure what else you want me to say. Unless you think the UTP got my talent wrong.
Are we ready?
Anyway, Damon, how's about those smoothies? Fine. Hot sauce! After helping John pick some fruit from the pantry, I left him to finish the smoothies on his own. Just sitting there in the background. What the heck is going on? He's just, like, sitting there in the corner, like, head in his hands. What is fucking going on? What is this? What's going on with him? Oh, fucking God! What the heck is going on? John's abilities were clearly not that of a ship captain's, yet he kept insisting that they were. Could there be something he's trying to hide from me? Damn, in here I was thinking I'd be even with him after today. FTE complete! Flee from him. Page 3, Jean's report card has been updated. If Jean is to be believed, there's more than meets the eye when it comes to being the ultimate ship captain. Cat-like reflexes, heightened hearing, and keeping alert at all times are just some of his necessary skills. But why would a ship captain need to be any of those things? Those traits fit a ninja better than someone who steers a boat. Like, I can't tell if it's literally just like he has that much practice, honestly, that he knows winds and the ocean sounds, honestly. If he's like that good with like trying to figure out, I guess, some weather, or he's been on the seas for quite a while, I can probably imagine like him feeling the wind or hearing it would be a good, maybe I'll explain all that. Don't know about the cat-like reflexes though. The heightened hearing and then keeping alert thing, those two make more sense, but the reflexes bit, unless you get into giant hurricane tornado stuff where things are flying around everywhere, and the only way you could survive or be unscathed is literally just dodge weave catting all around like that, then yeah, I don't really buy it. No dude, not at all. No. I wonder, oh my god, dragon tattoo, dragon animal motif. He is as formidable and strong as a dragon. It all makes sense now. This is a very long loading time. What? Oh my god, I think I broke the game somewhat. What? Oh my god, I think I actually broke the game somehow. Wait, why? Actually, why is there just random blood here? Just moving from my room to there. I don't even know what caused the glitch this game out now. Is it like something about FTEs and going through here, honestly, or something else? I see some graphical glitches when I'm like very small like glitches when going back and forth to seeing the report cards. That split second where I'm padlocks are not here. Isn't John supposed to be here? Yeah, he's supposed to be in this room. Well, shit, we are seeing ghosts. Oh my god, people are meant to be here. Where is everyone? No one's here, actually. Okay, it feels like I've unintentionally reached into creepypasta levels. Wolfgang is meant to be here as well. No one's around. Is everyone dead? You're meant to be out here. Man, you are cursed. You know that, John? Honestly, you're seeing ghosts everywhere. You're cursed. Makes sense because of all the old sea tales out there and the ghost stories and all that. Makes sense. Say, do you know anything about classical art? I do not know the painting that painted the dog over with the Woltenfile eyes. No, I don't. Classical art? Since when does a guy like him care about that?
Yeah.
Only bits and pieces I retained before coming here. Why?
I see.
You see, I believe I recognize one of these paintings. Really? The pirate nodded his head and stood aside, allowing me to see behind him. Doggo. This painting here, that's like the original of my travels once. He definitely could have said that without the dramatics. Look, you need dramatics in your life, okay, Damon? You both have the D in the name. They should go hand in hand, obviously.
Right.
Or I guess in the case of this painting, I'm paw and paw. I take it the original didn't have a creepy mask?
Aye.
Aye, that it didn't. I'm not entirely sure why this place is decorated with old paintings, nor why the paintings have been given strange masks. But if you ask me, I reckon it's an attempt to make us feel uneasy. And I'm weirdly comforted with the atmosphere in a also sense. It's like very, very fancy decorated with these paintings giving us, like, I guess, accentuating it all, dotting around the entire place. That is not the groundbreaking realization he thinks it is. Would you give him a present to John? I wonder, do we have actual true art to actually give him to offset the travesty of painting? Anything, a better piece of art? Anything better? Anything better? What would be good art? No? Yes. Oh, you're neutral towards it. Oh, this is true art right here. See that? An elaborate bronze statue. Rumor has it the Mandarin duck Okinomono grants owners a life of eternal love. Like, if you don't think that's art, then do you think this is art? You don't think it's art? Wow, everyone's a goddamn critic then. God damn it. Wow, you have terrible, awful taste. So, okay, fine then. What kind of art do you actually then like, then? Like this? No? You don't like any kind of art. Like, charcuterie board. Cheeses, meats, nuts, fruits, crackers, dips, chocolate. This platter has no shortage of variety. This is not art. If it is, it's edible art. And I can't, oh, Cassidy, why don't you like this? Aw. Well, the cheeses, yes, but maybe not everything else. Oh, God damn it. Maybe it's just too fancy for your taste. Okay, fine. God damn it, you don't like any kind of good art, except for this, old ring. An old ring that was worn by an emperor in the 1900s. The gem still shines brighter than any star in the sky. Okay, well that explains that. Okay, look at this good piece of art to get her mind off of this.
Aye.
Interesting. I'll take good care of it. John, like your present.
I see.
I suppose it's time to tell you my secret origin story, Toxic Waste.
Eh?
Time for what?
How's that sound?
What else? The second part of my story. Oh, okay. Oh. I asked you to prove yourself, and prove yourself you did. You threw a pear at my head. That's proof enough. It would be unlike me to go back on my word. So let's jump right back to where we last were in our story. Once it all started when I was born. Not that far.
Right.
You were dying.
That's right.
That's right. I've been thrown into the ocean. Uh-huh. Yes, I remember it very clearly. Upon impact, I seized up. The water was so cold that my limbs were instantly drained of all feeling. Took me over a minute to realize I could still move my body, at which point the ocean current had dragged me a few meters from the ship. Try as I did to fight the ocean current, I was no match for Mother Nature's fury. You see, the ocean was to claim me as a victim, then and there.
Ha!
When suddenly a glimmer of hope appeared before me.
Huh?
Yes?
That's right.
The face of my friend, my best mate, and his hand reaching out towards me. The ghost of it, or someone literally just he's just floating above the ocean waves and reaching a hand out. Turns out he tied some rope around his leg and dived in after me. Once he had me, he signaled for the rest of the crew to draw in the rope. I'm getting reminded of that story of Beowulf and the whole thing with his friend and swimming for days on end. Man, I hate that part of the story. Just made him Beowulf, like, telling the story, even if it was all true, just look very just show-offy. Like, Jesus, I hated that part. God damn it. I don't like that tale at all. He had risked his life for me. He saved me. Nothing but his 2 arms and legs.
Seriously?
Is that it? Indeed! I don't know why I was expecting a twist at the end. Plot twist, it was a ghost!
How's that sound?
Ah, that day was a special day. To know I inspired so much loyalty within my friend that he risked his own life to save me. Made me feel like a true ship captain. That's great. Wow, nice. Tell me more. What? Let me ask you this, Damon. When you hear the word ship captain, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Ship? Galleon? Ocean? Wind and hair?
That's...
I think of a cruise ship captain. Someone in a soon-away hat. Well, I guess it makes sense for you.
I hear you.
Oh, that's right. Cruisers, we call them. We? Glamorized freeloaders they are, taking rich lotus eaters out to the sightsee and polluting the water and air. Lotus eaters? Percy Jackson? Oh god, that movie sucks. Both of them. Oh my god, the sequel is even worse. God damn it. They ruined it. I take it you don't like them. No, Damon. What tipped you off on that? No.
Aye.
Most ship captains, scratch that, most sailors don't have it so easy. We do the less luxurious work, but it's work that keeps the country running, and we never expect recognition for it either.
That's right.
You told me a few years back that I'd be the ultimate ship captain one day. I think you were delusional. Of course I wouldn't say it. Keep those thoughts to yourself, Wolfgang says.
Don't even try it.
In any case, you'd be wise not to place your trust in someone who ain't a true captain or a true sailor. Well, sorry, there's no ultimate sailor in this cast or crew right here. People like my mate who offer a helping hand. People like my mate, my family.
Seriously?
Are you about to tell me my story?
Hold your horses.
Fear not, this one will be brief. So that's a yes. Sigh. Lean against wall. Slid down. Sigh. Groan. Cough. Wheeze. Just kill me now, please.
That ain't it.
Despite what you may think, the sea was not always my home. I actually liked land and better. God damn it. Once my bed was the cold, hard stone of a harbor, and my food the scraps left behind by its high-end passers-by. I knew nothing except hunger and the fear of not living to see the next morning. Ah, okay, so you definitely had to work up too. Okay, then. Ooh, nice. But then there came the people I would eventually call my family.
Feels like home.
They offered me shelter in their ship. Shelter, and the promise that if I stayed with them, things would get better. As is a sailor's nature.
Anyways.
So I assume you don't live on your family's ship anymore.
Aye.
It feels like Damon actually perked up a bit on that small story, honestly. Nah, not when I have my own to look after. But I support them from afar, pay up things for them, treat them to things they otherwise wouldn't be able to afford. That's how I make the most of my situation.
Eh?
Your situation? Yeah, I think he's actually way more interested now.
Aye.
Living away from my family.
Right.
I'll give it to the guy. He's pretty creative with his lies. But he's not fooling me. He talks about treating his family as if he has tons of money to spare. But doesn't that contradict his whole downtrodden captain shtick? Huh. I don't think I ever got the downtrodden thing in my brain, honestly. We haven't been Ultimates long enough for allowance money to justify that type of spending, either. So unless he's getting his money from somewhere else... Ooh! Ooh, stealing, smuggling! And the story has to be fabricated. FTE complete. Like, Well, it doesn't say like exactly how much. I don't know how much money Shipcatcher would get, but like Damon would probably definitely like doubt a lot of things, or like yeah, just be a bit more cynical. Which yeah, like don't know how much he knows about Shipcatcher honestly, or like detect something weird about John honestly. But like it's still interesting to think about. Like I'm always be a devil's advocate and look at different ways. Well, usually I just add benefit of the doubt and character psychology stuff honestly attached to it. He used to be homeless, and I'm presuming an orphan. Most of his days were spent wandering a busy harbor in search of food, although a lot of what he ate was really just other people's rubbish. This all changed when he was discovered by the crew of a passing ship. The crew, who Jean calls his family, adopted him and raised him on their ship. Naturally, he feels heavily indebted towards his family and takes every chance he can to get back to them. And because of like more of these little stories honestly take up all the page, I guess we can't have the small part of Damon doubts the story honestly, where he somehow managed to get a lot of money to like treat them or like help pay things off. Like, did he get popular at some point before then to, like, I guess, be, like, I guess, the more hands-on, or, like, his reputation preceded him that like, a lot of people, like, decide to rely on him much more, and he was, like, the first pick, honestly, and that's why, I guess, UTP, like, chose him as the ultimate ship captain. Like, I could explain, like, how, like, he, like, has enough money to, like, spend to help with, I guess, the people who, like, help bring him out of poverty. But if it's not that, then yeah, that's weird. It's out of the clue. Maybe something illegal, but from the sound of it, or like maybe from the sound of it, I don't think Jean did that. It's mostly just how he sits around and talks, or is it or maybe just the thing he talks himself up maybe, and just tries to ignore those parts honestly. But he's proud of like the job he has. Could be that. Much the same way with Ingrid, I don't really have too much to say about Jean. He's kind of like, even after all this, mostly just gives a tiny bit more context to his background. Like, nothing much else which, like, stands out that much to me. Like, he's, like, a leader, which yeah, it just more shows he's a leader and, like, he's a fun-loving guy, honestly. Or I got that sense in the main bit, and I'm honestly kind of curious if like something actually happens to him, like a future chapter, like we learn different aspects about him that way. Like some of the FTEs actually, like for the ones that don't change how you perceive a character, for like when they're focused on in their chapter, you learn the most about them that's different, honestly, that causes the most conflict or strife, honestly. Because I do think he and maybe Ingrid, either the two or both of them at some point will die. Like actually, I actually kind of expected either Ingrid to survive to the very end, honestly. Like I don't really perceive both of them surviving though. Like both of them near the very end, even at the last chapter. I just don't quite see it. I just don't. It would actually be very interesting, like, to see him, like, literally one of the two strongest characters literally just be, I guess, somehow overpower the next chapter on us, just showcase that doesn't matter who you are, whether you're weak or strong, honestly, you can easily just be taken down, honestly, if someone has the right idea, the right, plan, honestly, and that would cause a lot of paranoia then, in different ways, and if, people know about the fact of his, like, astounding reflexes, then that make things even worse, actually, thinking about it for everyone. Like, dear God. And that will do it for this episode for the FTEs. I was planning to do every single character's FTEs and compile them all together into one giant video, but that became more and more too ridiculously long even for my taste, who likes long form content, so I'm gonna split these apart into 3 separate videos. So with this one done, we'll go straight on into the next episode when we talk into the people who organized the game tournament, Mark, Jet, Cassidy, and 2 other people. Eloise and Desmond. Those two are going to be very interesting indeed. But for that, we'll leave things off for right here. So, hope everyone time watches as I have been playing this. Hope to see you next time, whatever time that may be. And I'll hope you have a fantastic day.